Hello, I'm Benwin Bronzebottom, celebrity dwarf and video game enthusiast, and this is my sidekick, Crowy.
Hello.
Quiet, you. I'm here to tell everyone about Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. It's a Dungeons & Dragons-based strategy game from Codename Entertainment.
It's a management game with an emphasis on formation strategy, where you assemble parties of legendary heroes and send them on adventures through the Forgotten Realms.
Heroes? Crowy, don't you mean champions?
Players unlock legendary champions of the Forgotten Realms, like Dritz Duerden and the Companions of the Hall, Farida and Havilar from the Brimstone Angels saga, and many more. Assemble the best adventuring party possible based on your formation options, champion abilities, and the obstacles and enemies you face.
Or just smash your mouse button repeatedly like I do and hope for the best.
Each champion has an incredible array of skills and items to let you customize your style and play even further.
Farther. Farther means more distant, further is figurative.
Well, I meant more distant, but figuratively.
That's forther.
Well, customize your style even further, because Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is available on all your favorite gaming platforms. Steam for PC and Mac, web, Epic Game Store, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, iOS tablets, and Android devices.
Well, let me know when it comes to the BlackBerry. I'm not giving up that phone. It's the only keyboard I can use.
I hear it's coming to the smart fridge next spring.
Something is out there. It's massive, dangerous, and untamed. Prepare to bravely face Wildlands. Savage new wilderness gaming terrain by Dwarven Forge. Immerse your players in an epic gaming experience like no other. Launching August 9th.
You all are live.
Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of the Gaxx Pack. How are you? Yeah, we're back. We're full pack. We're full pack. We're fully packed.
Gang's all together.
Welcome back, Abria.
Of our armed and operational, fully armed and operational Gaxx Pack.
It's a six-pack.
Hey.
It is. Yeah. Hi everyone. We are a D&D show playing in a crazy world, a multi-dimensional crazy world. Where to start? Let's start with why we're here, who we are, what we're doing. First of all, we're on the GaryCon live channel, and GaryCon is a convention that's dedicated to Gary Gygax, the co-creator of Dungeons & Dragons and considered the father of role-playing games. So thanks to GaryCon for sponsoring our show and making our show happen. We also have 4 sponsors of the show, and that is the World of Chaldea, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, Sirenscape, and Dwarven Forge. And thank you to them too. I'm Jason Charles Miller. I'm your Dungeon Master. And let's go around the room and introduce everyone. And I'll go back to alphabetical order. So she's number 1. If you've got her phone number, she's number 1 in your phone.
Unless you have AAA, baby.
And number 1 in here.
Oh,
Tell us about you, your character, playing, what level, all that stuff.
Cool. Hi, everyone. I'm Abria Iyengar. I'm playing Karina, your Vidalcan Circle of Stars druid. What level are we? Did we level up? I'll level up right now.
We're
Can we
level up?
No, but let
Can
me
I
just
ask
say,
on camera and put pressure on you?
without like revealing too much, let's just say that maybe in your future soon.
Ooh, I see it in the stars.
Yeah.
It was hinted at that if we did well enough, and then it was never discussed again. So take that as you will.
Yeah.
What I took from that is we should have killed more gnomes and racked up that XP. That's what I walked away from that lesson.
Don't kill any more gnomes.
I've missed
and we'd have
our
leveled.
predilection for violence. This is good for me.
Oh, it's for me. It's not our predilection for violence. It's our predilection to destroy the self-esteem of everyone we come across.
God, I know.
Do that
feel so bad.
intentionally.
I mean,
Psychic damage is about damage.
Look at that face. Does that look like a friendly face? No, that doesn't look like a friendly face.
No, it's not.
Right.
Cutie.
Sorry, I interrupted your introduction because I love you and I miss you.
I'm done, and I miss you, and I'm so happy to be back. Thank y'all.
We're so happy that you're back.
Welcome back to the pack.
Thanks.
Who's next?
Adriana.
Oh, jeez. Hello, hi. My name is Adriosa or Adriana Cazador. I play video games mostly, but I also do TTRPG stuff across the internets. Yeah, you can find me as Adriosa online. But also, I'm playing as Grath, the Horizon Walker Ranger, who is very reluctant to try to lead this group of shenanigan-making nerds. So yeah, trying to keep us alive.
So many shenanigans. B. Dave Walters.
It is I, B. Dave Walters, who just unmuted to take the drink of my coffee and then muted when I was about to say words. You can find me all over the interwebs, wherever fine streaming content can be located. Today I am playing Thanato, the reborn divination wizard grave cleric, who is happy to have my darling druid being a little more conversational after a few days of the cold shoulder. I wasn't sure what I'd done to upset her, but here we are. All I have to do is spare this gnome for a couple more nights.
Yeah.
I mean, as a druid, I talk. Like, you just haven't been listening.
Valid. Top flight snuggles as well.
Do not kill the gnome yet, please.
Yet. I love that.
Operative word, yet.
Eric C. Campbell.
Yes, I am Eric C. Campbell. 16-bit Eric, pretty much all over the webs, and I am playing.
I've known you so long. I remember when you were 8-bit Eric.
Yes, I used to be 8-bit Eric. That's true.
But you're such a nice guy that you found out that someone from your hometown that you didn't even know was also using the moniker 8-bit Eric, and you were like, you know what? Let him be 8-bit Eric. I'll be 16-bit Eric.
He had a show on YouTube, and I was at Geek and Sundry at the time, and I was like, I've got a platform, and this dude's building a platform, so I gave it to him, and I became 16-bit Eric.
That's why we love you. So
real life lead.
Why we love you.
Go super old school and be shaving a haircut 2 bits, Eric.
I appreciate though that you were trying to do the guy a favor by letting him have the brand, but you still unintentionally stunted on him by becoming 16-bit.
Yeah, that's
well,
true.
I had to confess. I was like, do some soul searching. Like, yes, Nintendo gave birth to the inner geek, but truly, I am such an SNES freak. Like, I love that era. The SNES era and the Genesis era are just like my favorite eras of video gaming. So I was like, 16-bit's way more appropriate for me. So it made sense.
Who's the 64-bit Eric?
Oh yeah, I don't even know. But
oh my God, we have 2 fate points already.
Yeah,
we'll talk about.
Oh, thank you for the fate point. We're gonna need it.
16 on top of 8. It reminds me, in Nashville there's a bar called Losers, and then someone opened a bar right next to it, called it Winners. That's true. Turns out it was owned by the same person, so I guess it's okay. But yeah, that's like 16-bit Eric to 8-bit Eric.
That's very good.
Good shit.
Vivid Vivka.
Hey,
Vivid
everyone.
Scripter, Vivka is your name. Tell us about your character and you.
Yeah, make sure to follow me on Twitter, where I am Eric Dreamcast. No, I am Vivid Vivka everywhere. But anyway, I play the character Snacks. I am 2.5 feet tall, 30 pounds. I am a kobold barbarian. I am wearing a little medallion that makes me think that I'm a druid. Well, it doesn't make me think. I just rolled really bad, and now I think I'm a druid.
Happens to the best of us.
Only because my fam leans in on it. But yeah, I'm the rabid lizard dog of the group, and that's about it.
Well, I'm so happy that we're here. This is so great that we're all back. I'm going to talk about fate points really quick because we were just talking about that. So this is how you, the audience, can help our players. For every 3,000 bits donated, our players will get a fate point. It will go into the fate point pool. They can then use a fate point to re-roll a skill check, an attack roll, anything they need to roll a d20 for. They can use that fate point to re-roll it. So if you don't want them to die, the more fate points, the better. I'm just saying.
It's literally have saved us. Snacks would be dead if not for a fate point, and others of us might have been dead without fate points.
It's true.
Wait, I've been gone. Am I dead?
You're
Yeah.
Absolutely
No,
not.
Tanana brought you back. You're
No,
fine.
you've just been thinking really
it's
hard.
fine. I was driving Karina, so I would like to believe she's fought quite effectively over these past few. Just hasn't had
It's
much
actually
to
been
say.
more effective in your hands.
Honestly, for real, there were a few battles where, wasn't there like a time when like someone ended up doing like 96 points of damage or something and everything exploded?
Yeah, that was we ran the path to the grave guiding bolt combo again.
Yeah.
That just
I got
clinches
text
it.
about that and made my day.
That just clinches it. Whenever you can, be Dave.
Right.
You think I did?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That right there was 64-bit Eric.
Yeah. It was,
Whew. There you go. I mean, I don't even know how many bits we have.
We just people have been so generous. Like I just watched so many biddies.
Little bit,
Wait, all biddies are good. Big biddies, little biddies.
little bits. All right.
Yeah. All right.
D&D.
We have been. You guys have been.
Hey, can I just say one last thing that is important?
Oh yeah. Go.
The new Pride shirts are out for Lambert House. There you go. Get yours. All the cool kids have them. That's all I'm saying. And then additional cool kids are getting there
And
soon.
some of the kids who are cool don't have them just yet.
That is true. They're in the mail. They're in the mail. They're on the way.
Thank you, Dave.
They're on the way. Hey! You're doing snacks right now. We don't know how many of these you have in your wardrobe. However,
I'm currently wearing 6 under this.
exactly. That's true. You can't put
It's
your
really
arms down
cold
like
in
a
your house right
starfish.
now.
Yeah, right. But they're available now. Goes to for suicide prevention and other services for at-risk LGBTQ youth. So not only are they cool, the money literally goes to saving lives. That is all I have to say. As now it is time for us to take lives instead.
Yes.
Bye.
We take
Afterwards,
in our game so that lives can be saved in real life.
Literally, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the balance is maintained. Yes.
There's only so much I can do.
Pretend murder to save actual lives. Yes.
So
Around.
What's that?
I was just saying stealth around.
So I'll refresh everybody because even though Abria's character Karina has been with the party, Abria has been gone for a couple weeks on some.
Yeah, what have you been doing, Bria? What?
I absolutely cannot tell you.
Stuff. I'm like, what are those laser NDA? Those same NDA bullets. It's weird. They're everywhere.
Important than us.
I'm just over here like Matrix, like, nope, I'm not gonna get caught.
Right.
The bag is secured.
Hacker voice. I'm in. Yep.
As a voice actor, I remember I got an email once that someone had violated an NDA about a game that I was in. And the entire cast basically got blasted for it because they couldn't figure out who did it. So just don't do it. Just don't violate NDA.
Who are those people violating NDA? Don't do it. Don't do it.
It is the most champagne of problems, but I can't tell you how many times I've been talking to somebody and we were on the same project, but because of NDAs, you can't say. You know, you're like, I'm doing a thing, so am I. Oh yeah,
It's that episode where the Finns are trying to figure out if they both know about Chandler and Monica.
Yeah. You're like, I'm working on it this weekend. So am I.
Yeah.
I'm with John. Me too. You know? Yeah.
I just had lunch with a friend, and the entire lunch was like him asking, "Oh, so what are you up to?" And I'm like, "Blah blah blah blah. What about you?" And he's like, "Well, that's about as much as I can tell you." And it was like, "Oh, this is fun. This is great."
We're like this tonight because we're really excited that Abria's back. So we're like all on like friendship mode, like shoot the shit, like, hey!
Well, I'll just catch you up.
You missed like
great.
our friendship time.
Yeah.
Also our game time, but like both so much.
It's good to see
But
you
yeah, it's
back.
been a chill week. So, you know, no big deal.
Yeah.
NBD.
We're glad here to support you for this week. So.
We're here to support you as you're trending 25th.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Cool. I dissociated for a good hour and a half off of that. I was like, oh, I'm gonna
That's
just
fair.
lay down.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
It's so good when that dissociation like hits just right, and you're just like,
When the association hits.
Speaking of dissociation, I want to put on an undead Drell's face now. Let's roll.
ooh.
Nice, getting us back into it. Okay, so to refresh a little bit, the Gaxx pack is currently on a quest for Dowd's Wondrous Lanthorn. Your boss Ganser Gaxx really wants that. He knows that if he can get his hands on the wondrous Lanthorn, that it will help his cause to help reunify the Gith races. That's like his main story is that, and you working for him. He sent you on this quest, and you are currently in the middle of a mountain range. I've got a little map there that Jeff can show now of where you guys are. You're currently looking for the Horn of Igwilv. Igwilv supposedly had Dowd's Wondrous Lanthorn in her possession before she died, and it is rumored that her underground labyrinth of basically her underground HQ is somewhere in this mountain range. On that map, there are 6 different points to where it could be. You have recently you slayed some ogres. That Karina, you exploded an ogre, by the way.
Oh, good for me.
It was a Gallagher.
Good for me.
It was a Gallagher show. It was
well played.
Yeah,
I
you
love that
slayed
for
some
me.
ogres.
Absolutely had it coming, by the way.
You
Yeah.
you slayed some wyverns. You also had a wyvern romance, sort of.
Hold on, I'm so sorry. Between wyverns, or is one of us a scaling now?
Oh,
You
may I?
already know.
You know
May
what?
I?
I think even though we're gonna roll in a minute, I think it Snacks should tell the story of what happened a little bit there, because
I'll
that
be
was
super fast. Basically, I'm on a horse and the wyvern comes down and I'm like, I have never really seen anything so beautiful and amazing in my life. And so I rolled to grab it and I crit and grabbed, dipped, and we had a moment. It was incredible. Me and this wyvern, like we were connecting. It was there. And then Grath is like, nah. Like, no, that will actually eat you. And so Grath killed it in my arms. And I laid its body down, and with its dying breath, it said, like, what did you say, Jason? Like, I will remember you.
I'll see you on the other side.
I'll see you on the other side. And, the music swelled and then it died. So, to make sure that, I respected my new love and everything, I ripped it apart and ate it and kept all the bones. Then I stole its eggs. We have like a collection of wyvern eggs.
We have wyvern eggs, and I want to sell them.
3.
Hey, Jason, can you do me a favor? Can you look in the camera? Just get in nice and close. If I ever miss another dating sim episode, I will find you. I will find you, and we will box in a Denny's parking lot.
She's
Okay.
done.
Hey, that's very.
I'll special referee. I'll do it.
Did you grow up in Virginia too? 'Cause that's where everyone went to fight. Is the Denny's parking lot when I went to high school, but that's all.
Snacks has had her first taste of love and she wants more.
I'll make sure to make sure there's no romance when you're not here. So I don't know. I'll come up with some romance today if I can.
Challenge accepted.
Give me one.
Hey, look, I counter argument. When you're out of the way, I'm gonna when you're not here, I'm gonna make sure romance happens. So you shouldn't miss.
You're a hurtful boy, but I respect the gauntlet being thrown down. Yeah,
exactly. Full Shakespearean. Yes.
Oh,
please proceed.
Okay. So now, you've come to you met the gnomes. You went to the gnome Vale. You met with the laird of the gnomes, and he knows exactly where the Horn of Igwilv is. But because this is Dungeons and Dragons, of course, he said, "I'll tell you exactly where that is if you do something for me first." And so you are on your way to number 2 on the map, where there is a hippogriff colony. And what is happening there is that a band of undesirables that the gnomes don't think that they can take on, of various brigands and ne'er-do-wells and just bad people are trying to they're disrupting the hippogriff habitat, stealing their eggs, stealing their young, and the gnomes would like that to be stopped. So they've sent you in exchange for, once you take care of these marauders that are marauding the countryside and specifically attacking these hippogriffs, that you will be given the information by the laird's third cousin twice removed, Orbis, who is a 495-year-old gnome who's with you on this adventure, that he will then give you the information once the undesirables have been taken care of. And you just camped for the night, and you're about halfway up. You're almost at that. You're basically at that second intersection at the top of the map there.
Okay.
On your way over to number 2. So Orbis, you're waking up, and Orbis is stirring, and well, I've got another day left, at least one more in me. Thank you, Garl Glitter Gold. Thank you for giving me another day. So shall we continue?
And then you
do know simply waking up by no means guarantees you will survive the day, right?
By gnome means?
Leaf goes.
Nope.
Leaf goes. The orc
Wrath
points and just.
Oh, Karina, you are seeming more lively. You've been lost in the stars these past few days.
It's been very interesting up there. Let's see if down here matches it. Oh, we're in like a completely different part of the mountains.
It's all right. You just like dissociated for like a week, but you know, hey, we're back. We're back.
The skies are so clear.
You're here in time for the good parts, I hope. Yes. Oh, sorry. I guess I need to roll my portents as we're waking up for the day.
Oh, yeah. Please roll your portents. And thank you. We just got another fate point. So thank you.
Thank you, fate point
So
givers.
we
I will
only
go.
have 3 fate points. So that's good.
You're going to be able to do some shenanigans.
A couple extra brigands. maybe.
Oh boy. Oh,
We love it.
It's true.
Jason, we can use it on other stuff. You don't. Shh.
Portents. You know what? I'm going face first into everything. We're gonna burn through those babies. Yep. Yeah. And we established Orbis had his own horse.
Right. Orbis is on a pony as well,
Got it.
about the size of Snacks.
Okay. All right. Onward.
A mountain pony, though. So
All right, yeah.
Onward.
As Grath
And if
is
you
like
recall-
getting ready and getting everything out, like she also kind of goes up to Thanato and just mentions, please, no more earthquakes underneath the old gnome anymore. He does not need any heart attacks. I mean, 3 more days at least. Come on.
I think he's got 3 more days at least. I've made a point not to look too far into his future. I don't want to spoil any surprises for myself.
You don't want to stub your prescience on how short that look is.
Right, yes. But if he's telling the truth, if we get there and there are 70 brigands, we're quite capable, but those numbers do not favor us. Do you have any idea you'd like to proceed?
Well, yes. Obviously, there's rocks in these mountains, and if we locate their camp, perhaps we can dislodge some of those rocks onto their camp.
Rocks fall, everybody dies. I like it.
Earthquake away.
And then they'll move into the rocks.
I like that idea.
Well, yes.
Do you have avalanche magic or something?
Or something.
Or something, yes. We'll figure it out once we get there. Just please stay safe and stay on your pony. Take your herbs.
If you recall, you guys can move 5 hexes a day before you have to camp for the night. So,
Okay.
can you all make me perception checks, please? This is about midday at this point.
For the record of saying out
Perception
loud,
checks.
my portents are 3 and 15 for the day. And that perception is 19.
Ooh. Today is a woe day for your girl.
Whoa.
So I'm going to
It
be
was
spiting
wheel.
people.
That's good. It was wheel for the last 2 weeks, so.
Perfect. And I got a 21 on that perception check.
What's with the enemy? I got a 25. Leaf is like.
Well, let's go.
Leaf has his tricorder out. Just happens to be like.
You
What sorcery is that?
Oh, nothing. Just shoves it away.
Leaf, you definitely coming from the northeast. You hear the flapping of wings,
Okay.
large wings.
I'll just say, wings, skyward.
Wait, wings? Where?
Not sure. And he looks up. Shh. Listen.
Wait, like wings like before?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Large.
No.
Maybe
Okay,
larger.
all right.
Does it sound like buffeting, like a larger buffeting sound? Like
Definitely a larger buffeting sound.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna say.
And Orbis goes, That's impossible. We should get off the road
Yes.
now.
Take cover, everyone. Take your horses and ponies off into the bushes, please.
I'm gonna
ASAP.
scoop up Orbis too and help him move faster, basically.
As Snacks is taking her pony into the brush, she messes with her bag and pulls out the skull of the wyvern before and be like,
All right, so listen, this is not technically cheating or anything. Like, you and I are on a break. Like, whatever happens here, you'll always be my first love. It's okay, back in the bag.
Karina notices that for the first time, despite having been there the whole time, and just gives a slow, dead spike over to both Leaf and Grath. Like,
It was a good thing you were observing the stars a little bit more sometimes.
I mean, you two are the voices of reason, and that's happening.
We tried.
What?
So you guys are trying to hide, correct?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
At least get off the road, yeah.
I have a suspicion about what we're about to see.
Under the cover of the trees.
Yeah, could you make
Basically
me
having our hobbits ring wraith moment where we just
stealth checks.
Yeah. Stealth checks.
because this
Love
always
ring
goes so well for us.
Here's the rough part. I roll with disadvantage, so I just burned up a natural 20 on that, but that I don't get.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
16 though. It's respectable, but that's the worst. The worst feeling.
I got a dirty 20, so I bury myself completely.
Come on,
Okay.
baby. Let's see what happens.
10.
I got a really dirty 22.
Okay. And Abria and
Oh, I got a 10. I'm bad at this.
10.
Wait. I also want to. Oh, can I? Is it too late to cast Pass Without a Trace?
That would be amazing.
Yes, at this point
I'm gonna
it is.
cast
Okay.
it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
In my head canon, you
Leaf,
were so
what'd you
busy chastising everybody, Karina, that you're like not even paying attention.
Yeah, that's pretty on brand. Like, what are we
Skull thing.
doing?
I can't.
Oh,
What'd you get?
15 for me.
Okay. So here's what happens. Very quickly, you all feel a wind pressure coming down on you.
Okay.
And Karina, you managed to make it to the bushes, but unfortunately your horse does not. Because you're trying to hide and you're trying to hide your horses. And a large winged blue creature comes down,
Blue?
grabs your horse
hold on.
in their mouth, and flies off.
Blue creature, you said?
The moment a blue creature comes down and takes my horse,
Yeah.
you just hear me go, fun, new horse. I would like to cast Dominate Beast. I want that.
Quick
Okay.
question.
Yes.
As this is about to happen. Quick question. First of all, it's blue,
Yep.
Yeah.
and it's large enough to put an entire horse in its mouth.
Yep.
And it's flying.
I would like it, please.
Can I ask one question? Does it have a large horn on its nose, like a rhino horn kind of?
It does, and it's self-conscious about it, and it would like for you to not bring it up.
Yes, make me a history check, Leaf.
Okay.
It's a Roman horn. Also, I've foreseen this moment. It gets a 3 on its save against the Dominate monster.
Wait, dominate beast or
I
dominate
love you.
monster? Is that the same?
I love you. Do I know if it's a beast or a monster? That would affect the spell.
It is a monster.
It's a monster.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 19.
Ooh. Let's find
I
out.
believe you recognize it as a young blue dragon.
Yeah. So the moment she starts to utter her spell, I'm just gonna shoot her a look and be like, nope.
Charm monster.
Whether you can finish it or not is up to you.
Excited.
But leave
I cast Charm Monster.
It gets a 3.
I love.
Wow.
And I just look over at Thanato and go, I do love you. I hope you know that.
Anything for you, darling.
Oh my goodness. Buddy.
Now hold on. I'm gonna. I've got to look something up because let's face it. Dragons have some charm resistances regardless.
They get legendary actions, I think. I don't know if they
Excuse me, Snitch. What are you doing?
I don't know that the young
they may
ones,
not get
though.
it at that age category, though. I don't know.
I really want I want
From
a
the
flying
spot
mount to
where-
happen, trust me.
From the spot where Snacks is like buried, you can see like the two little like yellow eyes like blinking, and you can just hear the hyperventilating and like the ground starting to shake of like
No, don't blow your cover, Snacks.
You ate my horse. What did you expect to happen? You offered me a blue pony.
It bees like this.
It do be that way sometimes.
At this age, hold on, I'm looking.
Ooh, yeah, actually that does change things. How old?
Yeah, it's young. It's young.
Look at
Not
little
very young. It's
buddy.
not a wormling, but it is young. It's a young blue dragon.
It scooped up a freaking horse in its mouth. That's a
This little buddy.
Still, I mean,
That's a boss
still
fight.
Pretty big.
That's a big
I mean,
boss.
I'm talking about ethical things here, like
Oh, you're wondering how old the dragon
like
Oh, I feel like young in dragon years is older than a kobold will ever be. You know what I mean?
right? Like
So I think you're cash money.
All right, you know what? I'll allow it. So
Sweet.
you cast Charm Monster on the blue dragon, the young blue dragon, and its claws are about to grab the horse, and all of a sudden it just sort of like
Oh. Hello,
sort
sweetie.
of flops back, and it's just sitting there on the road, looking confused.
Oh, who's a good little lad? I'm saying this in Draconic because I speak Draconic, and I go over and give it scritches. Hi, do you speak? Do you talk? Are you? It's okay if you're not like a big talker.
Watching this, like, oh my god.
You good?
Oh, I can talk.
Oh my goodness. What's your name?
Oh, well, my name is Azur.
Oh, that is a lovely name. Hi, I'm Karina. We're both blue. That's good for us.
I love your color.
Oh my gosh, I love yours. Amazing. Okay.
What do you think of my scales?
No, it's beautiful. Honestly, if you are a little itchy at some point and you just want to shunt a couple of those off, I would be so honored to.
Oh,
to
I've got a
keep
loose
them.
one. Check it out. I've got a loose one in my lower left leg. If
Oh,
you might
thank
be able
you.
to
Can
pull it
I?
off, 'cause they're always shedding. I'm growing a lot.
Yeah.
all the
I
time.
feel like
such a
during
good boy.
this exchange, I physically am lifting Snacks like a toddler trying to get to it. You know, just like
because I also speak Draconic, so I am hearing all this, and I'm like, sure, like peaches, okay, like this one right there.
Friend,
Brett has no idea.
here's the thing. I just want you to know that if you're hungry and you're trying to take my horse, I totally understand. Circle of life is what it is. I would be incredibly grateful if you didn't, but if you're going to, totally vibes. Super fine with me.
Well-
Can you answer a couple questions for me and then just not be mad at me in an hour?
Right. Yes. I read about this.
Yeah. Yes. I just wanted to have a conversation. I hope you understand that, like, this is not me trying to take advantage of you. I just wanted to, be able to have a conversation without being cowed by your fearsome presence. Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
I like that
I
you're
am
investing
hungry,
in the
though.
future.
Oh, you can have the horse then. Totally fine.
Okay.
All you. Go for it.
He grabs the horse and starts chomping on it.
Yeah.
Ripping it, just eating it right in front of you.
What is happening, Karina?
Totally fine. Sorry, 1 second. I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt you while you're eating. Have you seen? Hey, y'all. Do we have any like landmarkers that we're looking for to find this lanthorn?
I recite the poem and say, "The horn of Egwill pierces the heart. Look over your shoulder before you start. How many sorrow foolish men, because they didn't turn back again. It means nothing to me, but that's the only clue we were given."
When the dragon looks at Donato, who is reciting the poem and holding me up, even though I'm being held up, I'm kind of like, hey.
I very much put her down. When she starts to shoot her shot, I put her down.
I immediately, like, I lean up, like, against the side of your leg, like, yeah, do you like poetry? I could, a poet, you know, like, green and blue are very close colors in the color wheel.
Guidance.
It's a wonderful
Very nice.
Guidance to shoot your shot.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Karina, you do have the scale was loose, and you now
perfect.
have
I grab it.
Dragon scale.
How do you spell your name in Draconic? Because I will definitely carve it into the scale, make a whole like thing about it, so I can remember this wonderful moment that we're having right now.
Okay, yeah, and he shows you how to do it. He has one of his claws just right into the road. In dragon runes.
While all this is happening, Leaf is going to go over to Grath and say, "The moment that spell wears off, we're going to be in a fight for our lives."
Yep. Yes, we are.
Unless
I can't believe
it's gonna get hitched. Hey.
And Azur looks at you, at Thanato, and he says, "You know, I'm not really from around here. I was just sort of flying around, just looking for food. So you know, your guess is as good as mine on that poem. I'm sorry."
Friend, I realize it is Karina that has captured your attention, and perhaps, Karina, you need to ask for us, but would you be willing to do us a small favor? Our friend here, if you were to take her to Elevation, has incredible eyesight. She might be able to see all manner of things. And I very much lean down next to Snacks, and I say, I very gently hold her by the muzzle so we make eye contact. Scout out the bandits and anything else. Don't just give neck scritches, okay?
Say it again.
The bandits, the hippogriffs, caves. Bandits, hippogriffs, caves.
Yeah.
Let go of her mouth.
You want to ride? You want to ride?
No, I take a step forward. I mean, yeah, and like maybe afterwards, I heard you say that you were hungry. Maybe we could like go out, like find someone to eat, or talk.
I mean, maybe. I really feel compelled though. I feel like Karina should ride with us.
You know what? I respect that, and that's so nice of you to include me. I would love to.
Yeah.
And I give you a little wink, like, I'm cool.
Climb on my back.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
Sure.
Oh.
Like Snacks like takes like a second, like how do I front or back?
Well, if you get up towards where my wings are, you can grab onto the horns on my neck.
Oh, neck horns.
Yeah, sure. It's not. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Okay, and she just like leaps up and just like very gingerly like touches the horns and then like kind of like grabs the horns.
I give Karina a hand up and I just say, could you please keep her on mission? Use those eyes to help us.
I'm on it. And thank you. I saw what you did.
I saw what you did. Very well played.
Thank you. Yeah, and I like hop up, just like side saddle because I'm prissy. Grab a couple of the horns.
I look at Grath right before they lift off, and I'm like, they won't die, probably. Don't worry. I see that face. Your face is all scrunchy. This is fine for us. Fine for us.
Like as we take off, I'm like, so I saw you eat that horse like immediately. That was pretty cool. I like horse.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have some satyr meat in my bag if you maybe want some.
Bit of jumping here a little bit because I'm certainly not 100% sure Leaf is down for getting on the back of this dragon.
Yeah, you have.
We're not invited.
No, you're not invited.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Not going
I will.
We're just scouting up. Yeah.
Okay.
Just Karina and Snack, because he's not a full-size dragon too, so he really could only take 2 people comfortably.
Sure.
Yeah, she weighs like 25 pounds.
He hasn't taken off yet. We have not taken off yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to make sure of that.
Grath looks up at Karina, just calls to her, please, I know you know what you're doing, but I hope you're safe.
Oh,
Be safe.
I mean, that's the goal. If not, well, what a way to go out, you know? Yip, yip.
No. Backup plan.
She
Backup
said
plan.
yip.
I said yip, sir.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, can you guys?
I believe I said yip.
All right. I believe. Yep. All right. Karina and Snacks, can you both make me, and I will give you advantage. Both make me either acrobatics check or athletics check, whichever is better for you. Because he wants to make sure that you don't fall off, but at the same time, it's up to you to hold on to his horns. So I would like you to make those checks for me at advantage.
Guidance, Karina.
Oh, thank you. Let's see. That's 18 plus.
Anybody have Featherfall out of curiosity?
Wild shape and rage, baby. I think that's what we got.
So in other words, that Bria is going to be fine.
Yeah, and hopefully could catch Snacks. No, I've done this math in my head. Yeah. Mhm.
I died as I lived.
What you get, Snacks?
Screaming. 13.
Okay. Karina?
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I can cast guidance on Snacks as we go too. Like we'll pass that chain up. Like good
might
call.
need that.
Here you go.
That's a D4, D6?
Yeah, D4.
Oh, okie dokie. That is roll it. Oh, good, a 1. So that's 14.
Okay. He is a young dragon. He's reckless. He's not used to having people on his back, but he's
Stacking.
hopelessly charmed by Karina and wants to do whatever you want him to do for the next, say, 45 minutes at this point or so.
That's
But as on the first Snacks, you fall right off. He hasn't gone far, but Snacks, you roll right off of his back with that 14. So you guys you
Can I try to grab Snacks as she goes?
Sure, you can try to grab her. That would be a
athletics check?
Yeah, an athletics check, absolutely.
Natural 20.
No way.
Hey.
All right, so it's like an action movie. The Azur goes like this, and Snacks goes tumbling back, and at the very last second, like out of a dream, Karina's long blue arm pulls her back, and he's like, "Hey, it's getting bumpy back there, huh? What are you guys doing?" And
a little bit, like, we're totally fine back here, sweetie. Thank you.
Straight up into the sky.
It's fine. Totally smooth ride. You're such a good flyer. Thank you.
Where do you want to go?
Just up so my friend here can get a good look out and away.
Okay.
But for now, but like maybe later. You know,
okay, we're going to do this part now, and then we're going to spit game when we're done.
Right. Yeah. Focus on the up, and then later the out. Maybe. I mean, if you want, no big deal. Hi.
I'm a teenager. Keeps flying. All right.
Don't do that.
We need a piece of merch of like a super cheerful smiling dragon that just says, "I'm a teenager."
Hot teen dragons in your area want to party.
Jason, I feel like we covered it. I asked, and I feel like we cleared that young, but still like not creepy.
Did not listen to the way he was acting and talking.
Have you not spoken to 20-year-olds?
All right, fine. I mean, in I would say this: a young dragon would
It's like 500 years.
Probably already like 100 years old, but in dragon years, in like human years or humanoid years, would feel like you're talking to a teenager. But is probably 100. I need to find the chart. The charts changed every edition.
Yeah.
I'm going to be quiet for 2 minutes, and I'm going to allow chat to make the call on if I am going to continue to shoot my shot or if I'm just going to chill, because I don't know how to read this situation. I don't know, like I need to put it to a poll because I am not going like I am a teenager, and with that, you just wrecked. Like my game.
So Fabulous says the 5e Monster Manual says 6 to 100 years old.
There's such a range in there.
Yeah, that
also,
is
mental conception of age and maturation is entirely up to an individual. So age ain't nothing but a number, but if they self-conceive as a teenager,
unless it's a really young number, and then it is definitely a number that I'm not okay with.
I'll give you that he's 19.
Great. Love it. Love it. Yeah. He can't drink ambrosia yet, but we're like, it's okay. I'll buy it for you. No big deal. Okay, cool. Okay, I can shoot my shot without it getting weird now. Okay.
Okay, great. Yeah, he's a 19-year-old young blue dragon. Okay,
cool.
And you guys are flying. He's sort of doing the circle thing.
Thank you so much.
Going up, and then I haven't really learned how to hover exactly yet, so I kind of have to keep moving the whole time.
You're doing great, sweetie.
My dad can hover. It's awesome. One time I saw him hover over this whole town and just, we breathe lightning, and he just used his lightning to just basically electrocute this whole town. It was awesome. We ate for weeks afterwards.
Hey, how's your lightning come in, friend?
Cool.
My lightning, I've got some lightning, yeah. I do. It's not as crazy as my mom's or my dad's or my older brothers, but it's pretty good.
Snacks does this thing with her fingers and be like, that must be why this is so electric, huh?
I'm going to cast Call Lightning just to build some cloud cover. So people, if there are bandits down on the ground, they don't necessarily see us circling around in the sky.
Right. Well, he's kind of taking you, each hex is 3.5 miles. Yeah. So, Snacks does have eagle eye vision, which gives her clear vision for up to a mile. But after that, I would say that it doesn't really give you any more special vision other than what you would see if you were that high up. So, you're going to see a lot. So is Karina. But I wouldn't say that. I would say after a mile, there's no bonuses after that.
That's
a mile is very fair.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's huge.
He very quickly can. I would say he could probably fly you all the way to number 2 and back in 45 minutes if you wanted to at least check out the bandit situation.
That would be amazing.
He's a crazy teenage speed demon blue dragon. So
I'm just a blue. So you like to go fast?
Yeah, and I'm sure it's probably. I love to go fast.
Me too.
This little cutie. With my Call Lightning, I cast a bolt down. I've also got lightning.
Oh, cool! Check this out.
Yeah.
And you just see lightning shoot out of his mouth, crazy in front of you. It actually comes flying back though. So please both make me dexterity saving throws.
Oh my god!
Love that.
Back.
I love that.
'Cause I'm just a teenage dragon baby.
I got a 10.
I would like to use a fate point.
You might want to use a fate point for that.
I got a 10, but I'm still casting guidance on Snacks.
Yeah,
I'm gonna body whatever it is.
As this is all happening, Grath just turns to Leaf and Thanato and just, we're gonna have to have another team meeting after this.
Okay, that's a little bit better than
there is
my
anything
5.
you can say in a meeting that is going to keep those two off the back of a friendly dragon. You have not been paying attention, my friend.
The problem we have here is that that's not a friendly dragon. That's
not for long.
That would have just still not kept Snacks off the back of an unfriendly dragon.
That's true. That's true.
Quite frankly, I probably would have gone too.
14. Thank you for the fate point. It was a 5 before. I would have died again.
Thank you for saying us.
In Azur's hastiness to impress you with his lightning breath, he flew into the lightning. He like shot it out, but he was flowing full speed and flew into the lightning. And you both take 10 points of damage each, even with that save.
Love it.
Okay with it.
And he also takes it. He's like, "Ow! Wait! Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh God, I'm such an idiot."
It happens to the best of us. Don't beat yourself up. Okay, Snacks, can you get a good look? Because we're getting a little low on time.
And really, it's no problem. Like honestly, like a little pain, like rough stuff is totally fine. Like whatever, no rules. Sure, let's look.
Okay, so do you want him to fly towards the end of that road that you were on? Is that what you're telling him to do?
Oh yeah, I thought that we were heading towards 2 so we could look at the bandit situation.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that. So he takes a beeline for 2. And what you see as you get closer, you see a lot of activity. There's like a there's a clearing, and you see several it's sort of at the end of the mountain, very similar to the Wyvern area where the road kind of ends, and there's a clearing, and then there's mountains on all sides. But in the clearing, you see about 30 orcs in a camp, and they're looking up at you, and they see this blue dragon coming their way, and they're all panicking. So all of a sudden, like they're running, they're grabbing stuff, they're running for the mountains, they're running for the hills.
Do you want to kill those orcs, friend?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that'd be cool.
That's what your dad would do, right? Just
look, I like horses better than orcs, to be honest.
Okay, then don't worry about it. You're good.
Like Snacks leans down. I actually brought these spices, which are kind of incredible. I am totally happy to come over here and maybe make you like a meal of orc meat, and we could eat it together. Maybe like campfire light and look at the stars. Or we could just eat them raw.
Can I make an insight check to see how good of a job Snacks is doing right now?
Yeah, please. Yeah. I have no idea. Jason, you're giving me nothing.
I rolled a 25.
All right. He is not picking. He is dense. He's a dense teenage dragon. He's not picking up on this at all. Yes, 1 fate point was used. And yes, sorry, chat keeps talking about the dog. It's one of my dogs. He's barking at somebody walking by. Sorry about that. I've got hellhounds.
Boy.
But here's one. This is the one that doesn't bark.
Hey.
Oh, what a good being.
Keeping away axe murderers and werewolves. Like, you don't know.
Yeah.
Iggy is on the cake. Blood splatter on the wall right now if he were not barking. Like,
there could be.
Just letting you know.
So the dragon has no clue that you're coming onto him whatsoever. He's just excited. He's also really enamored and is charmed by Karina. So his attention is really on Karina. It's almost as if you're the friend that he doesn't see. He really only sees Karina. Like, he thinks you're cool, and he thinks you're like a little mini dragon that he's never seen before. But he's not really picking up on your vibes. I'm sorry to say.
I'm having like this like improv moment where I have like a momentary freak out because this is like too real. I'm just like,
okay. About how much time do I have left in my hour?
You have about a half hour left to get back. So you've made it there. You can probably make it back in another 15 minutes, and then you'll have 15 minutes to spare to there. So I guess technically you could spend about 15 minutes here if you so wanted, and then 15 minutes to get back to the party.
Cool. I don't want like a full 15 minutes. Like, I would like to spend 2, because that's 20 rounds of combat, just lighting these orcs up, please and thank you.
Okay. You want me to buzz these guys?
I would love that. I'll help too. And I use my call lightning to just light them up from the sky.
I'll help too with my lightning powers. And I just keep doing this and just like hoping.
I try to time my call lightning to her fingers. Teamwork.
Yeah, Druid! Look at me go.
All right, I'm trying. Without entering into too much combat, I'm just going to say that you of the 30 orcs, with his lightning and your lightning, he basically you collectively fried about 19 of them.
You're perfect and beautiful. Let's head back. Thank you. Oh my god, you would make your dad so proud. Let's head back.
Okay.
You did really good the way that you like vomited your lightning. That was cool.
It's great, right? Thanks.
So great.
Can you do that? Do you have a breath weapon?
Yeah, I can actually vomit stuff too. It's, you know, I just I gotta build up for it. It's acid based. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, acid breath weapon is good. I've heard of that.
Yeah, bile.
What, is that green dragons do that? I can't remember.
Well, I mean,
you're a green dragon, right? Or you're part green dragon?
Yes, I can be anything you want me to be. Yes, I'm basically like a mini dragon. Yeah, it's I mean, like, let's not put labels on anything right now. I like just like kind of lean back, like, Karina, I'm panicking.
You're doing great. You're doing great. You're good. Keep going. It's not going well, but you're doing great.
So you are now flying back to the intersection of the two, of the fork in the road where Leaf, Grath, and Thanato are waiting, and he not so gracefully lands like the crazy speed demon young blue dragon that he is, and okay, we're back.
Thank you. Is there anything we can do for you? Just, are you for want of anything other than don't forget to take your leftovers? There's some good meat still.
Well,
my horse.
That made me famished, and I hate eating orcs, and they always, you know, they usually wear armor and they usually have shields, and it's really crunchy, but not like the good kind of crunchy, like the bad kind of get stuck in your teeth crunchy, you know. So I'm not really into eating. So that's why I like horses and sheep and, you know, things like that. So I wouldn't mind some of that satyr meat, because I'm really hungry. Do you think I can have one more horse?
Oh. And I just give a little look over at... Oh, go ahead.
Very much steps between you and buttermilk. Like...
What are they talking about? I don't understand.
I'm going to give a little look to Snacks, like...
Snacks has been like in her bag the second that we landed, like, you know, lots of clanking and everything, and she turns around and she has this like cut slab of wood that she's holding, and she has tried to make the most like quick but aesthetically pleasing charcuterie board of little bits of like satyr that she has like dried, and like a little bit of like these berries that she got, and like a fancy mud sauce that she made, and some ground like marrow dust, like all of the stuff that she has been saving, like her primo nibbles, all there. And she's just like,
okay, so this is just a little something that I kind of you know, pieced together, no big deal. Maybe you would like to try some.
It looks like a good appetizer. Definitely cleanse the palate. Yeah, I'll try it. And he sort of, his big old mouth comes down and just kind of, his tongue comes out and just sort of whips it all like right up into his mouth with one quick blow.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
You might want to bid him adieu before our relationship sours.
Understood. Can you do me one more favor, Zor? And I will never forget you or the wonderful time we spent together.
Of course. What would you like me to do? I feel like I don't know. I feel like we're such good friends, and I could do anything with you.
Oh, thank you. Can you just fly that direction as fast as you can for as long as you can?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Wait, before you go, just really quick, Here is a leaf. I wrote my number on it. If like you think about it later, the number is 4. But like, you know, and if you want to like maybe just call me or something later.
Okay, you know what? I think honestly,
Everything is worth it to see B-Day break.
Your number is 4.
Number is 4. I mean, I could. You want me to yell out the number 4? Like, what do I do?
And she just like, she like takes a second, a beat, and she decides to go for it. And she rubs her hand like kind of like on his muzzle cheek and goes like, "You'll know what to do and how to find me."
Okay, and he does. He goes to his elbow and pulls off a little blue scale, and he's like, "I'm going to shed again soon, so here." He gives you a blue scale, and he flies off.
Remember, as fast as you can.
You got it, friend. And you just see this blue dragon take off like you've never seen anything take off before. I guess, where did you point? To the east?
I pointed in the opposite direction.
Going.
Yeah,
yeah. So
he's an idiot. So just
faster than you can think.
Vibes.
And you hear him fly away, and the sound of flapping gets quieter and quieter and quieter, and now you are alone with two less horses.
Two less?
It did eat the other one? I give it to that.
Did he take one? Did he take a horse?
No, sorry, with one less horse. Yes, sorry.
Okay.
All right.
It's funny because he's going straight back towards the gnomes.
No, he's not.
He's not. Oh, okay. I was like, oh my god, how amazing. Anyways, okay, yeah.
I walk over, and as I'm like dusting myself off from the rough landing, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself for that stupid amount of damage because he's a goober.
Yeah.
I'll take my.
I very much look at the burns on both of them. I'm like,
an eventful flight, I trust.
Yeah.
I want to know what love is. I want you to show me.
It was mostly that, and we killed some orcs.
Oh, yeah.
Orcs are what's at the camp?
Yes. Like 30, like 11 and a bunch of corpses.
I very much
Karina,
slowly give the rotation to Leaf.
Yeah, Leaf is clearly acknowledged this as he's hearing that.
So
he doesn't say anything, but he just.
Yeah, Snacks like definitely looked towards Karina and kind of did a.
Even I knew.
I'm sorry. What in the 9 hells just happened?
A dragon that was going to enter into combat with us instead gave us a lift, let us look around, and cleared the field from potential enemies. What the It went really well. So I don't know why you're trying to have it.
I think the scale is technically like second base. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What if something happened?
We
have
would
to
have
think about this.
slain the
We could have
beast.
lost someone. We split up.
All we did was lose a horse.
And the dragon got to live, so there's that.
Thank you.
Orbis speaks up for a second, and he says, "Many years ago, there."
You're here?
Yeah. I keep forgetting he's here.
Didn't we feed him to the dragon?
It's hard.
Fine.
It's hard to forget. Honestly, he smells like a wet sock.
Picture it, Sicily, 1929. Go. Okay, fine.
Many years ago, there was an ancient blue dragon that terrorized this place when I was young. And as you know, I'm 495. Anyway, I thought he was slain, but that must have been one of his spawn. This is very foretelling, and I must tell the laird when I return. I have a new mission in life, to warn the gnomes that the blue dragons may be back.
Remember your current mission too, though.
Buddy.
I won't forget. Wait, what are we doing again? You're muted, Dave. Sorry.
We should probably make haste to get to the orc camp before they recover.
Good idea. I'm very grateful that you both came back alive. But we need to be more transparent with each other, our plans, before taking off on a dragon.
I mean, you had to know that was what they were going to do. You had to know.
Yeah. I didn't know if Snacks was going to try to romance.
Leaf is constantly watching the sky now. I'm fully expecting that dragon to get about half a mile out and be like, wait just a damn second. And
Hold on, we have 15 minutes of like full tilt sprint.
Okay.
I'm hoping to tucker him out before he even thinks about coming back.
I just keep
We
my
should
eyes
go.
on the sky. Yeah.
It would be a shame to kill something whose name we know now.
Also, he's not incredibly intelligent. Good heart. Used his breath weapon and then flew directly into it. So I'm not super worried.
That's what I was afraid of.
He was a great conversationalist, and I liked the way that he ate stuff. And like, I mean, I didn't really mind the lightning so much. Oh, and she like takes a couple extra steps after muttering to herself. And as we're running, she's like, "Oh, by the way, Grath, you said that you wanted transparency. If Orifice does end up telling anyone about the blue dragon, you know, even before I'm going to kill Orifice, just so you know, transparent. There you go. See? Now you know.
You're going to kill the dragon, or you're going to kill the...
She just keeps...
Why not both?
As I very much like offer Karina to hop on buttermilk with me because her horse is gone.
Thank
Yep.
you.
I'm happy you're both alive, okay? I was very worried, okay? Just please be more careful and more transparent.
Totally fine. And as I turn around, like literally, like my back is still singeing from like the
Gonna
damage.
drop the old cure light wounds on.
I'm like, see, she's fine.
Good God.
That in there.
Yes.
Yep.
Out of character, I just want to say that was so awesome. Like, that is something I would love to do, is just take a dragon and like just straight up Nazgul, like that is cool. But like Grath is just so anxious about it. That's yeah. All right.
We should, however, move. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
so
go.
you're
Let's make
moving
haste.
towards- You're making haste. You're at the fifth hex on the way to number 2 on that road until it's about time to make camp. And as you're sort of boringly marching along, Orbis just is like singing.
Oh no. B Dave, get back.
Oh, what happened?
No, I'm here. I can hear you.
I just saw a guitar come out and I was like, B Dave, hurry.
Orbis is just singing the gnome song to himself over and over and over again, like, we are the gnomes, we like to roam,
I think we're about to
far
have a
from our homes, we are the gnomes. When trouble's near, we never fear. We face it head on with a cheer. And he's like, really, it's just...
Wait, excuse me. If you're going to be allowed to sing, do you at least know another song?
As a matter of fact, I do. And you're all sitting around the campfire at this point. It's like, in fact, I wrote a song about being stuck with you.
I look at Karina and I'm like,
If he sings the bard song, you know what to do next.
100%.
like queuing up the path of the grave.
Yeah, guiding bolt is locked on. I cock my arms like a gun.
Hackers coming out.
The weird thing is that, like, so, you know, obviously he's 495 years old. He's super, you know, his voice is scratchy. He's always coughing and everything. But then when he kicks into this other song, his voice becomes very clear. Riding down this road, the only way I've ever known. I'm just a gnome, traveling far away from home. Horrors I have seen, heroes I have been. So many years have passed, it's a shame that youth won't last. Who are these fools I've been appointed to guide? At my twilight of life, is this the way that I die? Why has my kin put me in charge of these clowns? I was just 3 steps away from wearing the crown.
It's the curse of the third cousin, twice removed. Guess I was born to lose. It's the curse of the third cousin, twice removed. Girl, I'm gonna see you soon.
You know, now that you've put it that way, if you like, we can help you get revenge on the Laird when this is all said and done.
Really?
Craft.
Yes.
I'm holding a little torch and just waving it.
Okay, so first of all, Eric.
Yeah.
That was really.
That was amazing.
Second of all,
dare you?
Leaf just goes. Not all fools. Some of us are okay.
Yeah, that I didn't really like the clown part, but that was brilliant.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Well, I've been frustrated, and so I take it out in song.
During that, Snacks, before he had started singing, Snacks was saw the guitar come out, and Snacks was behind him with Hacker, ready. And then he started singing. She was just like, "It's beautiful." Like, Laura. And so, like, when he turns around, like, she's just sitting there with like Hacker, just being like, "It's actually quite lovely. That was nice."
Yes, it was the loveliest insult I've ever been dealt, to tell you the truth.
If you really do want to help me get my revenge on the Laird, that I'll take you up on that. Of course, we have about.
What conversation is happening right now?
Yeah, but maybe we can sneak in or something. I'm not sure.
So, yeah, we'd like to help you. It sounds like it's been a really rough time back at the Gnome Kingdom.
Well, when you've lived as long as I have, you've seen many things and dealt with the good and the bad. But my third cousin, twice removed, the Laird, I just feel that he is not a worthy leader. And
well,
I promise to help you, though. You've protected me this far.
Well, I think we all agree he's a jackass too. Would we say we're all in agreement on that? I think we are, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
I wanted to kill him then.
Oh, restrain.
I want you to.
Well, he still has something we need.
I like to use my herbalism kit to make him some throat goat tea because that was great. But I know those are dust. That's a dust vocal cord.
I held it together just for the song.
That was really good. Here you go. Have some tea.
Yes.
Are we on vocal rest?
So you are now camped for the night.
Oh, but it's long enough that we got to camp. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Again, I'll. This time when I take watch, I do make a point that it's I've got enough of a clearing that I can see the sky, because I think Leaf is right. We very much might get a return visitor.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. But they're also right. He was a complete idiot. So
Snacks make sure to collect rocks and twigs to build a heart on the ground, and she sleeps like in the middle of the heart, just like this.
Always stay focused. I love that. I respect it.
Yeah, let's extinguish those flames tonight. No fire tonight.
From the ground. No one will extinguish the flames in my heart.
Oh, sweetie.
Who's on second shift?
I'll take it.
I was about to say I don't sleep. I'm on all the shifts. Like someone else might be with me, but
I'm gonna be awake for second shift as well.
Okay. It's odd. On second shift, you hear it from a mile away. You don't even have to make a perception check. You hear a lot of feet marching towards where you're going. Pat, it's coming from where you were, and it's going to towards the number 2 there on the map.
Make this now. The perception check. Right now.
No, you don't need to make a perception check. You're hearing it.
So I already hear it. I hear it. Wait, but Karina's awake as well.
Whoever's awake hears.
Yeah.
A lot of marching feet.
Same as I always do. The first thing is I just give I give Leaf the foot shake because I know he'll come too fastest.
Mm-hmm.
I turn to Karina.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Do you hear that as well? The footsteps.
I do. I cast dark vision on myself.
Let's get into the trees. Wake everyone up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm still passed out.
I just pick up snacks. Don't wait.
I mean, you're camped far enough off of the road that you know how you normally would camp.
Oh, okay.
So you're not on the road, but I mean the road is within eyesight.
Yeah, I lead everyone.
So you hear these you hear boots on the ground. You know what I mean?
Let's get further into the forest, everybody. Just out of eye shot. And as she's explaining this and trying to like gather everything, she's kind of kicking the rocks out of the heart formation so they don't see like any sort of evidence of anyone here. It hurts for her to do it, but she's just kind of like.
Snacks is still passed out, a little limp ragdoll in Thanato's arms, so she doesn't see that.
Get the horses out of here too, but make sure that they're blinded, blinds on. And Grath just like brushes our tracks, like she's last, and just kind of like trying to hide us.
Yeah, make me stealth check, please.
Ooh.
Whoever's awake. You're sleeping.
Now would be a good time for that pass without a trace.
Yes. No. Oh, it was about to be an 18, but it went to 4.
Why is the animation on the dice roller? Oh, because I probably updated the graphics.
How many?
This is the third 19 I have rolled tonight.
Amazing.
I'm just using them all up. So 26 on my stealth check.
How many fate points do we have? Yeah.
I believe.
Got a few.
Thanks for the fate points, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Once again, if you're late to the broadcast, if for every 3,000 bits we get, if our players will get a fate point, and they can therefore use that as a reroll, and that is very, very helpful.
Is this are we getting past without a trace or not?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, yes. I also cast Pass Without a Trace on top of everything and like covering our tracks and whatnot.
Okay.
Then that is going to be 22 for me with Pass Without a Trace.
I'm asleep 10. And B-Dave is carrying me.
Yeah,
so.
I'm carrying snacks.
Yeah.
With the plus 10, that turns my 26 into a 36.
Amazing.
It turns my 10 into a 20. Yeah, I don't have to reroll.
Even Orbis gets a 27, the spry old guy.
I'm erased from existence. Marty McFly style. I just...
To join the orcs, I knew he would betray us.
At one point.
Just look at my
Wasn't there an orc monk that was with us? A friendly orc, the friendliest orc I've ever.
That doesn't ring a bell.
No,
He's been stricken from memory.
True, he's disappeared from our hearts as well.
Yep.
Right. Well,
the whole remains.
Okay. I guess at my age, you imagine things.
Yes.
Half asleep, I'm like, I remember.
You remember?
I remember.
Okay, so with Pass Without a Trace, you guys are suitably covered, and you notice about looking out through the bushes. Can you make me a perception check, please?
Okay.
Everyone or someone specifically?
Whoever's looking.
Dirty 20.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Whoever's looking towards the road.
Yep. Dirty 20.
Look out. Please don't. No.
17. Not great. I mean, that's fine. Just not compared to B-Dave.
This once.
10. I got a 10.
That's a 14.
So not till you see approximately 20 goblins.
20.
Marching towards the end of the road, marching past.
Okay. So for the first time in a while, Leaf is going to pull out his quarterstaff.
I hit them with message one by one because it'll be quiet and let them know.
20 goblins marching past. What I don't know is if they're going to attack the orcs or reinforce them.
Was anybody else expecting a rhyme just then?
Yeah,
I did. With my entire heart, I did.
I'm no poet.
You better write a 20 goblins marching past poem.
20 goblins.
I want one now. All right.
I have no levels in bard.
Your spells be ready to cast.
Fair enough.
Cannot help but profit.
For a second, I thought you meant that you were going to message each goblin one.
I thought that too. I was like,
20 goblins die.
Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen too.
I'm not above that, but no, not this time.
All right.
A guy behind you, like, said bad things about you on Yelp.
and you just tell every single one.
Oh,
Y'all
that's
start
good.
fighting each other to
Them to
death.
all fight each other.
Now, this could be a problem for now or a problem for later. Do we have a preference?
We've, just for Karina's edification, we've seen evidence of large numbers of goblins moving around, but this is the first time we've laid eyes on them.
Oh, good.
Oh,
good,
yeah.
good to know.
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
were
we-
aware there's goblins in the area, but this is our first time seeing them.
Got it. Okay.
Orbis, do we have any reason to believe if they would either assist or be antagonistic against the orcs?
In these mountains, I've found that the orcs and the goblins sometimes work together and sometimes do not. I think that the sale of the hippogriff eggs is so profitable that perhaps these are reinforcements. That would be my first instinct.
So it's the same here as it is everywhere else.
Reinforcements, great. Let's just let them pass, I guess. What do you all think we should do?
Do we wish to face the goblins alone or when they've reached the orcs?
I was hoping to get them all in one landslide. But, you know, luckily some fire damaged them thanks to Karina and Snacks. But there's still a lot of them left there, so...
Unfortunately, I do not have an efficient way to take down many at once. More, a single casualty guaranteed, which is not very efficient against 20 of them.
Still asleep.
I smack Snacks on the nose. Wake up. We're talking about violence.
I am torn with my character. You smacked me on the nose to wake me up.
Yeah. Look, I know that even gently waking you up has caused me physical damage, so a quick stun and then back away because you come out swinging wherever you are.
We're trying to be stealthy. What are you doing?
Make a choice.
I mean, I am. Oh, what did you do?
Here we go.
I have to lean into my character and who I am. And so you smack me on the nose and she gives like a and like stops when she realizes it's you, but she was like, what's happening?
Snacks, please be quiet.
Oh. And now everyone stares at the DM.
Okay. No, I mean they're making too much noise to hear that.
Pipes.
Yeah, and you're far enough away, especially with Pass Without a Trace. That also helps with sound. So,
Wrath just whispers, each passing day, it becomes more and more abundantly clear we need to really work on thinking before we act.
Note taken. What are we doing?
they're
Leader,
marching.
make a choice.
past. They're on their way past.
I mean, so my vote is going to be there's are they headed towards the orcs?
They're headed towards the orcs.
Oh,
And Orbis thinks that they probably are working together.
well, shall we put it up to a vote or something? Like,
Just make a choice.
I guiding bolt while
Thank
she's
you.
taking too long. Yep. While she's like, should we vote on it? I'm like, bang.
All right.
it's our choice.
So you guiding bolt the first
Honestly, I try and hit them in the side. You know, tactics like catch him in the flank. So like let a couple go by and like.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I'm trying to think. Can guiding bolt go through somebody?
No. I mean, just the first
one in the middle.
What I mean is, so their column is theoretically moving past us, right? I don't want to hit them in the front where they're ready for it. I hit them in the side where they're not ready for it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then run towards them. Yeah, but
all right, excellent. Let's roll. I will let you get that one off.
Excellent.
Completely.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a 24 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. All right, just you know what? Let's make a point because we might be able to like break their their motivation, especially if I can disintegrate one of these things.
Let's go.
I'm gonna drop a level 3 guiding bolt on him here.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Yep.
On a goblin.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to make a point. Yeah.
Sure. Point taken.
Let's see. Hold on. Damage is incoming. I'm rolling on D&D Beyond.
Let's go. Mess them up.
And what do we got here? That is not the best roll. That's just 20.
20?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not the best roll.
Okay. All right. So you see these 20 goblins that are. Look, I mean, let's face it. Like even the most organized goblins still look disorganized, right? So this sort of meandering pack of 20 goblins, like marching as best they can, but they're all kind of out of order. They're not in any sort of complete marching order by any stretch of the imagination. A couple are lagging behind, a couple are ahead. There's holes, but right in the middle of the pack, a level 3 guiding bolt for 20 points of damage, which would be almost 3 times the amount of damage needed to kill a goblin.
Nice.
Hits it, and is that radiant damage?
Yep.
So, yeah. All of a sudden, it's like a small sun appeared in the middle of this band of goblins. And not only is the goblin just eviscerated, but it's like a star has come down from the sky and for a split second lit up the entire mountainside, forest, bushes, everything, all of the goblins. You see the biggest eyes you've ever seen from the goblins behind it. You see the goblins in front of it, all getting their hair singed off the back of their head. And let's roll for initiative, everybody.
So
Let's go.
For my last little bit of the surprise round there, I just turn on my sword in the night and I'm like, ah!
Awesome.
Okay.
Here we go.
Let's see.
I might have to switch to.
I rolled.
I mean,
so low on my
if
initiative.
they're blessing you, let it roll. Hey, if you were doing poorly, it would be you'd have to roll with it. So if you're doing well, you also get to roll with it.
I have to switch to regular dice.
Dirty 20.
Nice. Okay. What else we got?
4.
4. Okay. That's easy.
It's okay. I'm a back cleanup. Kill what you want. I've got the rest.
Okay,
It does make sense that everybody's like, "Hey, what are we doing?" And I'm like, "Pow!"
That was perfect.
So that's very
So on point there.
Totally within character.
Yeah.
I got an 11.
Okay.
Crap.
Go.
I don't know what's up with the dice roller on my computer tonight, but it's like the animation is like super choppy.
Mine is
clear your
going
cache.
so slow as well.
Yep.
Like mine is like
Yeah,
A lot of tabs open.
Clear your cache in the browser. It's a little bit of a memory hog. It's cool looking, but it's not very efficient.
With my natural 1, I've got a 5 on my initiative.
BB. Oh.
It's all right.
Leaf is
you're
just-
not
Leaf is
going
in the middle
last.
of,
You're
like-
going first in the second round.
Leaf was in the middle of loading his vape pen when this started happening, which was like, oh, sorry. Oh. Yeah. No, I got this. Yep, battle.
Amazing. Stan Leaf for clear skin.
I just need
All right.
Snacks' number.
11. Sorry.
Okay. And whose dex is higher? Because Grath also got an 11.
My dex is like 6. Yeah, +6. Wait, I'm sorry. My dex is +3. My stealth
Max,
was
what's your
+6.
dex?
But what is it?
What's the number?
It's a 16.
Okay, yeah, I have 15.
Okay, all right. Wait, my first?
No,
I'm first.
Oh, okay.
Donato's first.
Mm-hmm.
And what would you like? Yeah. So now you had your surprise, and now the goblins are all looking towards the wood line, the tree line, and making their way to you.
I charge the goblins, summoning the spirits of the dead to come up with me on the way in, hopefully making them look like antagonized goblin spirits. Gonna add some necrotic damage in here, and I'm gonna run up in Green Flame Blade, the first one. My goal is to get not right in the middle, because I have an idea what Karina's going to do, but to smash into the edge that they're all looking at me and not looking at them, basically. Okay. That's going to be a 19 to hit with yield flame sword and the green flame blade in my
Finally, you're not in a garden where you're
finally.
It doesn't really work. Now it works.
Also, but delightful joy here, since there's others within 5 feet, my green flame is going to jump over and burn the next person too. So that's 7, 12, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22 on the first one I hit.
Okay. I think it's safe to say that takes care of that one.
And the flames are going to jump over and burn the next one for 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And I just say while I'm doing this,
if you run now, we'll let you live.
Like, that's it.
It is now their turn, and well, first of all, the first one you just slash away, and basically you cut it in half. You slice it so cleanly that it's, for a second, it looks down, and then as it looks down at its body, its whole torso just slides off and falls. And then it's like
torso.
The second one does a Wilhelm scream. Does a Wilhelm scream as he rushes off in a random direction, completely on fire, and just tries to stop, drop, and roll, but
which is an important thing to remember, everybody.
And he is just simply a burning husk.
That's 3.
Yeah, but it is now their turn, and their leader says, "Retreat!" And they all start taking off down the road in the direction that they were going. But they're all booking it away from you.
Warcaster, when I have an opportunity attack, I get to cast another spell.
Great. When they use their dash action to all just as a unit dash away from us.
Yep. That's another 19. I'm gonna green flame blade another one and make the flames leap to another one. So yeah, I'm gonna put another 17 on the back of one of them and another 10 of flames on another.
This is like I'm just picturing I'm picturing Thanato emerging and like the green flame blades and everything. I'm literally hearing like the music that played when Anakin had fallen to the dark side and was just like killing all the separatist leaders.
Yeah. Not just the men, but the women too, and the children.
Oh, God.
Yeah, these are the sand people to me. Yep. That's 17 and 10. So if
yep. And what form of attack is that?
Green flame blade. I have the warcaster feat, so I can cast a spell. If anytime I get an opportunity attack, I can cast a spell. Green flame blade is a spell, not an attack. So gack on their way away. Yep.
2 more of them are immolated, as you would say. They're just green globules on the road.
I actually don't chase them. I give a second to see what the rest of the squad's gonna do if we're running them down or not. Well, it's not my turn anymore. I definitely don't chase them, but I take those two with me as they're leaving.
So they're all taking their move action to run down the road, and let's see, that would be their movement is 30, so they're all booking it down the road, and it's now Grath's turn.
Okay, I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy then. Grath stays back, and she just casts Thaumaturgy and like makes her voice as scary and creepy as possible. And I'm going to preface this with Lord Coyote came up with this little rhyme, and so she just makes like the scariest voice and just calls at them as they're running away. 20 goblins go past. We saw some die first. Who's gonna die last? Like just scariest like voice. As they're running.
Where does the voice come from? From you?
From the darkness, from the Pass Without a Trace darkness, from me, yeah.
Great. They don't stop running.
Good. And that was my action, because I feel like they're a little scared.
Snacks, it's now your turn.
Yeah. So I'm watching all this, and I'm watching them run away, and like there's still a ton of them, right? Like
still like 15. There's still
yeah.
15.
Yeah,
I've killed 7.
Nothing 5.
I know.
Killed 5?
No, I've killed 5. Sorry, I've killed 5.
Okay.
So you killed 25% of them already.
So like Snacks is like looking at them and like looking at Hacker and looking at them and looking at Hacker and like starts like whispering and being like, you know what would be kind of funny though, because they're like trying to run away and everything. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if we cast a 6th level grease on them and then they all would become like bowling pins and then they would fall?
That would be awesome.
Right? That would be kind of funny. Okay, should we do that?
Yes.
And all you guys see is like to her axe.
Awesome. Okay, so you cast grease.
Okay, I am now going to attack by the power of Snacks.
And you're going to cast grease.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure that we can still the area of effect is going to get them. I guess you can,
so the range, first level range is 60 feet.
60 feet.
You said that they ran 30.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I may have been planning for this. You also said that,
Yeah, if she moves first, she can easily get them. Barbarians are fast.
Yeah, yeah. I have like I have 40 feet of speed.
Yep, she could easily catch them. Yep.
Okay, great.
If they're too far, I'm literally running and holding up Hacker and being like, "We're doing this."
You should drop it. When I see her running by, I'm like, drop it at the front. Get them all.
Well, I believe it is a 10-foot cube, so it's
you can just
them.
put the 10-foot cube on the road where in the direction that they're running, 30 feet in front of the first one, and they'll all. Hacker thinks this is great, and so he makes sure that it's in front of the first one, and your battle axe just starts laughing, maniacally as they all just start falling. So let me roll their dexterity checks and see how many of them fall over.
Yeah, like exactly. Like Snacks has Hacker the axe, and she's like swinging it around. She doesn't really get to do spells, so she's like swinging it around and being like,
Snacks, prism, power, activate. Snacks, prank, power, activate.
Here we go. There's gonna be a lot of rolls here. All right.
Just roll for every 5.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So the first 2 managed to make it through, but then the third one falls, and the other 11 all kind of it's like bowling pins. So the first 2 sort of not really sure what's going on. They're running, they slip a little bit, but they do this thing where like it's like they're on ice, but they make it all the way through, and then the third one just tumbles down, and all the rest of them tumble. They're all down and prone. And Leaf, it is your turn.
Really quick, Snacks like is leaning on Hacker and just kind of like leaning down and laughing so hard that she might throw up. Like,
gang,
you don't know. She might have had another action, but right now she's laughing so hard she may vomit and do her vomit attack. Just
okay. So honestly, on Leaf's turn, he sees a decimated enemy that's hopeless and helpless. What's going on? And remembering his path that he is on, he takes his quarterstaff and he just leans on it and does nothing. And so this turn, I am not going to take an action.
Karina, it's up to you.
I wanted to see if I like noticed it. But I don't know if Karina super cares. She's kind of got a bloodlust. And Snacks has given me the greatest gift of a pile.
Maybe flammable grease.
A very hittable pile. I cast Call Lightning on the pile.
Very hittable pile.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one can.
What's the area of effect of that Call Lightning?
It's going to catch everyone within, I think it's 5 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
So how many do you want to give me? They're so small. They stack so neatly.
They are so small. I'll give you 5.
Thank you. And whoever I'm centering it on, so that's a dexterity 15 save.
Okay.
And whoever I see is at the center of that beautiful nexus of a gift, I am going to cast Woe on. And you need to, that's great. You need to take 5 off of whatever your dex save is.
Yeah, being prone does not affect dex saves. I guess you can still roll to the side dexterously, I guess.
Yeah, stop, drop, and roll. Yeah. Guess what? All 5 of them failed.
I rolled incredibly badly on the dice, so you're good. It's 12 points of lightning damage.
All 5 of them are electrocuted.
Vibes. Bonus action, Archer, Starry Form. I'm going to look at another one, the one that made it through the grease, and pick it off with my arrow.
Okay.
Go after the leader.
Yep. Yes. It's a 16 to hit.
That will just hit.
For 13 points of radiant damage.
It falls. One still made it through though. One is booking it.
That's fine.
But then there's still okay. Hold on, let me do my. So there was 5. 5 went down. Then there were 15.
Yes.
Then there were 2 made it through. Then there were 13. But then
another 5 just died.
Then 5 got electrocuted. So then there were 8. But of the 2 but really there were still 10.
Right, it was 10.
2 made it through.
Yep.
And then 1 was killed of the 2 that made it through. So there are still 8.
Yep. 11 are dead, including the leader. Yep.
Yeah. As a reaction to this, Snacks does throw up a little. She's laughing so hard. She continues laughing, but
Throws up Seder meat.
it's just a little pile. She just kind of like puts some dust over it and just keeps laughing.
Are we back around to the top? Does that make it my turn?
It actually makes it Orbis's turn.
Ah, yes.
And he just says, in my 495 years, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And now it is your turn.
I feel like Snacks actually has like an arm over Orvis. Like this is a bonding moment where it's like, I'm right.
I go running towards them with the sword out, and I say,
Everyone who swears allegiance to us now lives. Everyone else dies.
And I actually would like to hold, I know they're next as I'm running towards them. I'm going to hold my action to see if they, if any are about to join up. Otherwise, they're getting murked. So, but they have to have a chance to swear allegiance. Yeah, before they get stroked.
The one that's kind of on the back of the pile, hits two more and says, "We'll join you. We'll join you."
Good. And you others?
Yeah. And you get eight. You get eight yeses of the 8 that are still all greasy and greased and magically greased in the pile,
then
covered in lube.
Run right up to
lube.
them, and I just stand right at the edge, and I just turn the sword off.
Welcome to the team.
And with that, we're going to take a short break.
Amazing.
That was metal.
Amazing.
Love y'all.
You now have 8 goblin
retainers.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's so nice for us.
We made dragon friends and goblin friends in the same episode.
Like Abria, welcome back. So we charmed a dragon, and now we have goblins on our team.
Yeah, indiscriminate murder. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
It's cool. That was the thing we did. I very much like, after I say that, I just turn and look at you, Karina, and I'm like,
I have so missed this.
As have I.
I just take a victory seat.
We'll take a short break back, everybody, and we'll see you in 10 minutes.
Become inspired by
Crow
Sirenscape
is not
Online
your
Sound's
average
massive
turtle.
sound library, and weave your
Turtles
tabletop
are
legends by
traditionally
building
these
custom sound sets
goofy,
that bring your
monk-like,
immersive world to life.
dangerous,
Simply
slow-moving
download the app to access the entire
characters,
Sirenscape
and
archive anytime you
Crow-
need epic
I
safety.
wanted Crow to resemble a snapping turtle, or snapping turtle. Beaked, sharp spikes on the back of the shell, and the shell has been carved with draconic runes and prayers to Tiamat. And that comes out of his story, which was he was sent by the turtles to defeat Archon. And Archon bested him, but spared his life, as long as he gave his life over to fight for the Dragon Queen, and he accepted. And since then, it's this kind of fear, but he's also a fanatic now. And I think, but yeah, I think a lot of what he does is rooted in fear. You know, I wouldn't say there is a part Renfield to him. And another pop culture reference I would make would be like a Dr. Mindbender. And he's always scheming. He's coming up with, if anyone was a G.I. Joe fan growing up, he was the Cobra scientist who was working to try to figure out how to bring Serpentor back to existence and create this genetic. So, Krull is always searching for some elixir that's going to help Archon fight off Vecna's influence as the necrotic energy of the hand grows up his arm into his body. Krull has commissioned some group of adventurers to bring him back a baby unicorn horn that he's going to grind up into a powder that he's going to feed to Archon somehow and stave off the necrotic energy. He's checking in with the artifact squads to check their progress to see if anyone's found the eye or found some leads on the eye of Vecna or any other sorts of weapons that could help Archon in his quest, Tiamat and the Dragon Armies for their quest. So, very highly intelligent. I mean, he's also super strong. He's got a 20 strength, and he swings this giant two-handed maul that has frost capabilities. And so he's a very fearsome fighter. Always surrounded by the dead, and he wears this white, like a white grease paint over his face, so that he looks like a skeleton. Like you would think he was undead at first glance, but he isn't. It's if that could give him some sort of advantage over an opponent that stumbled upon him. But there's always these zombies and whites and the undead around him. He's always experimenting on the dead.
Something is out there. It's massive, dangerous, and untamed. Prepare to bravely face Wildlands. Savage new wilderness gaming terrain by Dwarven Forge. Immerse your players in an epic gaming experience like no other. Launching August 9th.
Working with Idle Champions has been so much fun because it's a different version of Archon. It's like a cartoon coloring book version of Archon, which is really, really fun. So seeing the artwork originally for little Archon in the game, the way that he walks across the screen with his shield and he breathes fire, and then even the way that Chungo the Manticore comes down at different points. It's so much fun. I mean, you can only dream to have a character of yours then immortalized in that way and playable and unlockable in a video game. The Archon and Idle Champions currently is an earlier version of Archon, so a pre-Hand of Vecna Archon. How did Archon get the Hand of Vecna? Archon was sent out by Tiamat over the course of a decade to go and retrieve artifacts for her. So Tiamat would appear to Archon in dreams, and she would reveal to him the location of a great weapon that could help him, or a great suit of armor. Like the axe that he carries belonged to a general of Asmodeus and was buried inside of this tomb. And so Archon went on this adventure to find that axe of Asmodeus. And so Tiamat would appear to him in dreams, and she did the same to him in terms of this kind of extinction event that was potentially about to happen, where Vecna had teleported huge pieces of land from the Shadowfell and armies and animated this giant long-dead titan and was inside of this mile-high structure, juggernaut, going to destroy everything in its path. And so Archon was sent there in order to stop Vecna from destroying the realm. Archon's entire party was killed, except for him. And he wound up using his charisma to become assimilated into another group that shared the same primary objective, which was to kill Vecna and destroy Vecna and stop Vecna from taking over the prime material plane. Now, what this party didn't know was that Archon had a secondary objective, which was to find out what was allowing Vecna to teleport cities and armies from other planes and bring that back. So during that battle, Archon survived, and towards the end realized that the power was coming from Vecna's hand. So when the battle was won, one of the members of this party that Archon joined was going to die. And so in this very vulnerable moment, the friends were gathered around as he was about to pass, and Archon pulled off this move in this very vulnerable moment. He used their vulnerability against them, and in a quiet moment led them to believe that he was sent to destroy the hand. And he had the power to do so in this axe. And when he raised his hand up and whispered a prayer to Tiamat and everyone looked on, he swung the axe down, chopped his own arm off, replaced it with Vecna's hand, and teleported away. He teleported to Krull, who was waiting for him, who healed him from the battle and opened a door to Avernus, to where Archon went and then had an audience with Tiamat. Tiamat rose this giant tower of obsidian, volcanic rock out of hell, and this 9 layers tower with dragon heads around the top. Archon and Krull then sent for Torragar, and he met them there, and this army formed, this dragon army formed around Archon, who was this champion who had returned with what the dragon cult and the dragon armies believed was the actual cure for Tiamat's imprisonment, that finally someone was going to come along with the power to free her. But Archon needed time to figure out how to use the hand and how to unlock its power. And so he began this series of mental battles with Vecna, where they would meet on this ethereal plane and have these mental face-offs and these mental battles in which Archon would try to understand Vecna's secrets while Vecna would try to gain control over Archon's mind. That's how Archon got the hand, and that's what he's doing with it now, and that's what he's up to when you as the player characters run into him. He is in the middle of this process trying to free Tiamat.
Become inspired by Sirenscape Online Player's massive sound library and weave your tabletop legends by
Hello, I'm Benwin Bronzebottom, celebrity dwarf and video game enthusiast, and this is my sidekick, Crowy.
Hello.
Quiet, you. I'm here to tell everyone about Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. It's a Dungeons & Dragons-based strategy game from Codename Entertainment.
It's a management game with an emphasis on formation strategy, where you assemble parties of legendary heroes and send them on adventures through the Forgotten Realms.
Heroes? Crowy, don't you mean champions?
Players unlock legendary champions of the Forgotten Realms, like Dritz Duerden and the Companions of the Hall, Farida and Havilar from the Brimstone Angels saga, and many more. Assemble the best adventuring party possible based on your formation options, champion abilities, and the obstacles and enemies you face.
Or just smash your mouse button repeatedly like I do and hope for the best.
Each champion has an incredible array of skills and items to let you customize your style and play even further.
Farther. Farther means more distant, further is figurative.
Well, I meant more distant, but figuratively.
That's forther.
Well, customize your style even further, because Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is available on all your favorite gaming platforms. Steam for PC and Mac, web, Epic Game Store, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, iOS tablets, and Android devices.
Well, let me know when it comes to the BlackBerry. I'm not giving up that phone. It's the only keyboard I can use.
I hear it's coming to the smart fridge next spring.
Something is out there. It's massive, dangerous, and untamed. Prepare to bravely face Wildlands. Savage new wilderness gaming terrain by Dwarven Forge. Immerse your players in an epic gaming experience like no other. Launching August 9th.
Spurt, the kobold, briefly serving as the guide to the Mighty Nine, led them down a tunnel of the Underdark, and then, as the Mighty Nine were chit-chattering, kind of went off ahead on his own, and entered a big giant cave that had two fire giants. Now, Spurt is a CR 1/8 monster. Fire giants each are like a CR 9 monster. So he threw his bag of bees at one of them, and it did what you would expect a bag of bees to do. It just plopped down in this little bzzz, no effect whatsoever. And then one of the giants just smushed him. Spurt showed up for 15 minutes actually in an episode that was kind of very straight up to that point. So he was like this humorous interlude, I guess, for lack of a better term. So the fact that he was humorous, the fact that he wasn't live there for very long, so you only got to enjoy him for a brief period of time, I think that won a lot of people over. And then Chris Dupuis, one of the people who works on the creative side of Idle Champions, said, hey, this little guy, he's something. We can make something out of this. Do you mind if we take that ball and run with it? And then they made it. And then they had their little gifts that they did showing Spurt being smashed with the big hammer, and it's like, yes. Why do they fall in love with Spurt so much? Because he tries. You know, life has dealt him a cruel hand. He is a kobold who has never seen the light, and life down in the Underdark is a horror show for the most part. Yet, you know, he's managed to live 11 days and done pretty well for himself in that time, and he seems like an upright little guy. I think the fact that he's small, that he's unabashedly harmless, and that he's got all these fun little toys, that can surprise and delight, makes them an easy sell. There's just something kind of pathetic and likable about kobolds in general. Because they are on the like absolute weakest spectrum of humanoid life. It's like you can't find a humanoid character really who's any weaker than a kobold. Weaker than a kobold would be a terrible insult.
Something is out there. It's massive, dangerous, and untamed. Prepare to bravely face Wildlands. Savage new wilderness gaming terrain by Dwarven Forge. Immerse your players in an epic gaming experience like no other. Launching August 9th.
It's mine.
You're live.
All right, everybody, we are back. Thank you for sticking with us during the break. And thanks again to our sponsors, Dwarven Forge, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, Sirenscape, and World of Chaldea, and of course, GaryCon, of which we could not do this without them. So thank you so much to GaryCon for making our show happen. But we're back. You have now just on your way to the encampment where the orcs and some goblins may be. You now have basically told 8 of the goblins that you battled that you join them or die. So you now have 8, maybe not so enthusiastic, but you have 8 goblin minions.
Good. What are your names, friend?
I'm Plurk. And the one next to him goes, I'm Stirk. And the one next to him goes, I'm Gelx. I'm Kelx.
Oh no.
I'm Cag. I'm Rag. I'm Wag. And then behind the 7 comes like the sexiest goblin you've ever seen, and she's like, I'm Esmeralda.
Oh, it's the gremlin.
Yeah.
Gremlins, yep.
Yeah.
I just say
when you need her.
I
So
was
excited right now.
going to say Kelx is my favorite, but no, Esmeralda, you're in charge and speak for the goblins, all right?
Well, they they listen to me anyway, so that's actually that's very astute of you, sir.
Excellent.
Using big words.
I look at the grease and I'm like, Snacks, do you mind dismissing this here?
Oh, it doesn't work like that.
Chopper,
like her and
do you
Hacker just start
mind?
laughing
It's
again.
Hacker, Chopper, whatever your name is, you're an axe. Will you please dismiss the grease?
I mean, that's.
I mean, you can just walk around it, right?
That's a very solid point.
Or we could just wait a minute.
Fine, I'll get rid of it. What's with that guy? He has no sense of humor.
He does. He like this dark humor. I mean, it's not really like a grease, haha. Dark humor.
There
Like-
are so many
it's like one of
corpses.
those, like,
Why are you laughing?
Sophisticated comics or something. Like it takes him like a half hour to like set up a joke, and then at the end it's funny, but it just takes a really long time. Is he one of those kind of guys?
More like, how like sometimes you can decapitate someone and their head really goes popping off and the blood like spurts.
Yeah.
But imagine that with like a squeak toy noise. I think he'd like that.
Good comics know life is funny. Great comics know it's not. So,
Okay, maybe not the squeak toy then.
Plurk, Stirk, Gelx, Kelx, Cag, Rag, Wag, and Esmeralda. We are Thanato, Grav, Karina, Snacks, and Leaf. Where were you all headed?
Don't forget about me.
I already have.
Orbis.
And also Orbis.
Well, we were heading to meet up with some associates of ours that
orcs
for some coin and for some profit.
Well, I realize we might have negotiated under difficult terms, but I assure you, if you assist us in this, the 8 of you will be very wealthy and influential.
And I pull out one of my few remaining platinum pieces and hand it over to Esmeralda. Actually, I give an electrum because we've like that. That's another thing, Karina.
Yeah, you've got like
these mountains are oddly wealthy. Like everybody has just been like loaded to the gills.
Wait, what?
Well, that was a
we've got
wyvern.
like mad coin. Yeah.
Well, they did go to a wyvern nest and they found a bunch of electric pieces.
We've got
we got 450. 450
I'm gonna
EP.
Leaf is gonna pipe in just then and say, "And what happens if they choose not to?
They will die."
So,
and I do hand the electrum to Esmeralda.
Leaf, what were you saying?
What's that? What did you say?
What were you saying?
Leaf, he slowly shakes his head and says, he levels his eyes over at Thanato for a moment. You know, Thanato, your kin have a history of taking people and making them do their bidding. I've never looked at you once and thought of you as a drow elf. I've always thought of you as Thanato. Right now, you're acting like a drow elf.
I'm not sure if that's meant to shame me, but as far as I can tell, we've spared 8 lives and compensated them handsomely. I don't see the problem.
I lean over. Spared for now.
Esmeralda goes, well, what were you guys doing?
That's definitely above your pay grade. What?
Hey, give me a few more platinum pieces and I'll do whatever you want.
Well, you'll do it regardless. Once again, your negotiating position is next to a pile of corpses.
Greasy corpses.
We are from out of town, freelancers, you might say. We're looking for something, and when we find it, we're going to depart, and we will leave the 8 of you in peace. And apparently there is going to be a power vacuum in the region that you all may be able to fill.
They all kind of look at each other and like nod and poke each other a little bit, like, you know.
I assure you, we do not discriminate. We are kobold, orc, drow,
tiefling, and look at Karina for a moment, and I just say, Angel.
Oh my god. Go.
The goblins do look at Leaf a little longer than they look at everyone else. Kind of like they're confused, like they're looking at Leaf's markings and trying to see like what tribe he's from, and they don't really recognize that. Like they look to you like they obviously have had relationships with orcs in the past, but since they've only lived in these mountains, they just are really interested in you, Leaf.
Okay. Leaf is being stony silence as he's leaning on his staff and watching all of this.
Grath comes forward a little bit and just catches Leaf's gaze for like a split second and turns to the little goblins. Just help us out and you will have your freedom again and your pay, and we will spare you. And then she just looks at Thanato like, right, we'll spare them.
A deal is a deal, of course.
Okay. We need your cooperation.
Yeah, you got it. A couple of them pipe up, you know. They relax a little bit and they seem a little, you sense maybe they're, you know, they're coming to accept their new position.
Okay.
Do any of you speak Goblin?
Yep.
Great.
Sure do.
So you, Leaf, you notice Esmeralda kind of scolding all of them a little bit and telling them in Goblin to like shape up or ship out, and that they need to pay attention, that these are our new bosses.
That makes Leaf, that language, and you just see Leaf's
the language of Goblin. You mean
what's that?
The Goblin language?
No, specifically like the establishment of an alpha and the relinquishment of personal, like Leaf just internalizes the hell out of that. Like he remembers what it was like being in an orc tribe that revered Grumch, and that the alpha orc, the way everyone was treated and how you were expected to, like, nope, if you want to live, you do what this person says or you die. Like he's kind of over internalizing all of the stuff that's happening to him, right, that he's hearing right now. And he just stands there leaning on his staff, but his knuckles are turning a wider shade of green as he clenches the staff. But he just sits there. He doesn't say anything more than that. He just listens.
Wow.
I turn and look at Leaf and I'm like,
what? They're alive. They've made more money in 30 seconds than they will in the rest of their goblin lives.
In all the interactions you and I have had, there is not a single one of them that has convinced me that having a conversation with you about this will change anything.
Fair enough. How do you plan to deal with the 19 remaining orcs? When we reach them, are we offering them hugs and consultations into Razorstein, or will we be allowed to do violence without offending your delicate sensibilities?
Yes, of course. That is your avenue of retreat, isn't it, Thanaton? You constantly like to mock mercy as being something that is pointless and frivolous, and that violence and conquering is the only true path. And of course, we've seen that that is a lie and a path to suffering. Again,
have I not just shown mercy to these 8? Clearly, Karina alone could have easily eradicated all of them, and yet here they stand.
Nice.
We're trying to be like you.
Trying to be like me. I stood here while the rest of you, all of you, and he scans his eyes and just says, took glee in the slaughter of a retreating enemy force.
Do not presume to know my feelings when I did what I had to do to protect us.
When you splash a color across a canvas, am I so foolish as to not be able to say that I see the color that I see? You protected us, surely. Yes, all of you did quite well. And they were retreating.
They were regrouping.
We've been hearing tales and rumors of them. How long do you think we would have been safe? I see you looking up in the sky, waiting for that dragon to return. You know that there's danger at every turn. You know that. And yet, you decide to move the goalpost constantly on what is merciful enough. We will never meet the bar that you set. Because we don't know what it is. Because all we get from you is withholding and scorn.
Also, they work for us for coin and out of fear of reprisal. How is that any different than what we do for Ganzerg?
This, both of you, these are the gymnastics you are performing in your minds to rationalize your actions. I expected something a little more committed.
I just meant the grease as a prank. Didn't.
They're still alive because of your grease. Snacks, you've done them a mercy, I assure you.
I turn and Clyde.
We don't know where they were going. You weren't up on the dragon. Like, they're are so many orcs, and not nice orcs like you. There's bad guy orcs waiting, and they were going there, and
we would likely battle the orcs. It's likely I would attempt to talk to them. It's even more likely that they would try to respond by putting an axe in my head, because I know my people. It's very likely that at the end of this night, no matter where we go with it, it ends in bloodshed. That I know. The Path of Mercy doesn't discount this. They were retreating, and you slaughtered them where they stood, and now you tried to take the high ground by saying you're offering them money in exchange for their lives. They serve us or they die, and you're being nice enough to give them a little coin to their pockets. But what you're doing is committing them to slavery.
you keep saying that they were retreating. You don't. It's not like they were going to, go off and have a nice cup of coffee and high tea and then just not bother us again. They were going to go to the orcs, and then they were going to regroup, and they were going to come back. Like
Leaf, at that moment, Leaf repeats the word he heard the goblin commander shout in Goblin, and he says, "For anyone who speaks Goblin, that is the Goblin word for retreat."
I mean, to be fair, I actually do not speak Goblin.
Well, the giveaway is when the leader waves and orders everyone to retreat.
Karina's going to turn and round on Grath and just kind of snap at her. Are you going to say something? Or are you just going to sit in the shadows? We're having a problem. Be a leader.
Look, it seems like none of us have been on the same page since we've gone on this particular adventure more than the others. Leaf is right. They were retreating, and I'm not gonna try to save my own face by saying I was trying to scare them. I was also fully prepared in case they turned back to slaughter as well. You all acted in the ways you each thought was the best to ensure all of our survival. So we all did what we thought we needed to do, but we didn't take into consideration everyone's feelings on the matter. And I'm sorry for not doing that for you as well, Leaf. We are heading towards orcs, and I should have been more aware of that, and I wasn't.
No, you misunderstand me.
Yes.
I'm not.
Talk. Tell us.
I'm not trying to change any of you. There's nothing so arrogant in me as to think that I'm going to tell you that what you did was wrong. I'm not going to. You misunderstand me. I'm not trying to take the moral high ground on any of you.
I don't think anyone did anything truly wrong. There is no moral high ground here, Leaf. It's just there's no communication going on. There's just chaos.
We spend so much time talking.
Yes.
Saying anything.
When we arrive at the orc camp, Leaf can go in first and try and play peacemaker.
And Thanato reins his horse because the goblins are on foot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just starts walking along with the goblins in the direction of the orcs.
Okay. It still was. That happened in the second shift, so it's still the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. You probably still. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to get started now, you could. You would have had a full time for a full rest.
If it's still time to camp, that's fine. I can keep an eye on the goblins.
Yeah.
I just want to walk up to Leaf, like as everything simmers down, and just very quietly say, "I don't know what you want."
I want to know that the people I'm risking my life for and with are the right people. And up until this very moment, I had been certain that you were. But watching Thanato threaten these goblins with death, should they not choose to serve him, even if he's offering them pretty coin. My people, the orcs, are trapped in a state of servitude to a wretched religion and a rank and file society that treats itself the way these goblins treat themselves now. And the strong take advantage of them. The orcs treat goblins the way Thanato is treating them now. The way drow treat their captives is an example of how my people also treat their captives.
Do not judge Thanato's actions by his people in the same way we have not judged you.
Do not bend my words. That is not what I say.
I'm responding only to what you said, and please let me be incredibly clear. Do not infantilize me. I am smart. And I see that you are divided against yourself, and I will not let you tear Thanato down, someone who gave his life to protect mine.
Let me be more
Not everything
clear.
Go ahead.
I refuse to succumb to the base calling of my own people. And I believe that Thanato is better than that as well. Further, and Leaf actually kind of, you see he, like the muscles in his jaws tense for a second as he seems like he's struggling a little bit. Says, I'm not divided at all, Karina. Let me be clear.
Please.
Orcs, goblins, all of our kinds that have been demonized and manipulated and set as wild dogs by the evil gods of the pantheons that use us like they're attack rats. Them, I understand. Family, behaving like them, and he points at Thanato and he leans closer to you and he says, that I will not accept. No matter how many times people bend my words to try to make this something else. I am tired of seeing goblins and orcs and my kind treated like this by themselves and others. I will not be a party to it. I will not.
I think when you leaned in and pointed, Karina like reaches forward to embrace you if you allow it.
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't resist that.
Yeah.
When you do that, there's a sharp intake of breath from Leaf. And for a split second, he's having a memory of what it was like back when he was filled with all that rage, when he was first taken in by his Sifu. And you hear that, and he manages to just keep it. And his hand gently touches the center of your back in like an acknowledgement of the hug. And he just holds himself there. He's in that moment where he doesn't want to break, and so he just holds that for a moment.
I think you don't really hear anything from Karina, but you can kind of feel her like breath shuddering and just like a tear going down the side of your face. But she just holds the moment because she truly doesn't know what to say anymore. And she is heartbroken.
And when he finally steps back and he says, no matter what happens tonight, I'm sure we're killing orcs. I need to go prepare myself for that.
I understand.
And he gently pats you on the arm and just leaning on his staff, moves over to his bedrolls and starts trying to pretend like he's making it kind of clear he's not going to say anything more tonight. He just starts undoing the bedroll.
Yeah. I think Karina just sort of sits at the edge of the camp and is a little too keyed up to go back to sleep.
After some time has passed with that, and this awkward, heavy silence has been sitting around as everyone is like, shuffling and just staring at each other. Snacks has made her little nest, and she just kind of really quietly shuffles over to Leaf really quick And she doesn't do her usual thing where she like tugs on your pant leg or anything, but you can just hear this really soft little voice behind you.
You don't have to say anything if you want. I heard everything that you guys said, and I know that the Nato is really different now, and I'm really trying to find who he used to be and to get him to like smile and play with me again, and we're all working on that. But I don't want to know what he would be like if you left. You keep that bit of him that used to be there around. I know at times it seems like he's totally gone, but he's not. And he is in there. And you're just really important. And we'll try to do better. We'll try to be better, but I don't know. I can I can see for a mile, but the only thing I really can see is that you need to stay here for him. And she just like shuffles and goes back to her nest. And
Snacks, before you leave, you don't have to stop, but he snacks.
And really quick, this is the first time, even directly after it's happened, the first time ever that Snacks has ever vocally admitted or validated that there has been any change in Thanato since his death and his return. She has never even mentioned it.
No one's talked about it.
But I mean, to her, it's been like to a no, we're really not talking about this ordeal. But yeah, she had turned around, but she just kind of stops. She doesn't turn around, so her back is facing you.
Donato pisses me off so much because the secret is he's a good man. And just so you know, it's not me that's bringing him back. It's you. I hope you know that. You are the heart of this party. I hope you know that.
And she just kind of like looks over her shoulder a little bit.
I can't do it myself, though.
None of us can do it ourselves.
And he almost sounds kind of like he's letting go now. Like when you say that, he just kind of acknowledges that and just says,
thank you for speaking to me.
She like stops and turns around and like reaches out and stops for a second and grabs onto your pant leg and gives it just like 3 tugs. And she's just like,
you know, it's
the pack is the most important thing of all. It's the pack.
I know, Snacks.
And he puts his hands on Snacks' scaly little shoulders and just says,
it's not just orcs and goblins, it's kobolds too. There's so many of us that get weaponized by... We're not monsters. I want people to know that. I want myself to know that.
It's so easy for all of us to look at you and know that you're not a monster. You're the only one that's having a hard time seeing that.
Maybe. Thank you.
Orbis hears this whole thing and looks at Leaf in astonishment and just says, in my 495 years, I've never met an orc so complex as you. But I sure am glad that I lived to meet you.
Snacks slowly turns
this was kind of a private, really personal
you
thing
really shouldn't have just let in
between
like that. That was
us.
rude.
Kind of weird that you're just.
Well,
Shouldn't have done that.
it's
like,
not my fault. You were doing it right next to where we decided the bathroom was.
He's in the privy one.
Never pass a bathroom without using it.
We just look over and see a gnome squatting like 10 feet away from us. Like,
Everybody knows the poop hole is that way.
Yes, it was that way.
This is awkward.
I'm sorry, these eyes.
Orbit.
What? Tell me where to go. I'm so sorry.
This way. And Grath goes and like leads Orbits over to the other side of the camp.
like Leaf and Snacks are like still just like standing like kind of like facing each other but just staring into the void, just like
yeah.
Snuggies?
Yes, please.
Snuggies.
I definitely think Karina's just going to go and sit beside Thanato. I don't know if she necessarily like starts a conversation, but just sort of leans up against him.
Definitely leans back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Just keeps an eye on the goblins.
Yeah, the goblins are kind of they're off maybe 15-20 feet. They pack their stuff and bed down for the night, and the rest of the night goes uneventful. The goblin that ran off is long gone, and when the sun comes up, the goblins are kind of a little more apprehensive about walking during the day, and Esmeralda actually says to one of you, we're not very good with the daytime so much. I noticed you have lots of spells and do things. Do you have anything that maybe you could help us protect us from the sun if we're going to walk with you during the day? And
I just fashion them big floppy hats like what Karina wears.
Excuse me, I have an umbrella that constantly shows the night sky. I just hold it really high if they want to be under it.
And Snacks has her goggles, but I assume we've only got the one. Yeah, just like make them like weave straw hats for them out of like leaves and stuff. It's just, I'm like, I don't like it either.
And as Thanato is having this like Martha Stewart like quick time hat weaving, I just kind of like elbow Leaf and be like,
He nods to that. He sees it.
Question for you, our goblin companions. We're aware of the presence of the orc camp. We need to halt their exploitation of the hippogriffs. Where were you all supposed to enter their camp? We have to assume they've been warned between Karina and Snacks' visit yesterday and your compatriot that ran ahead.
We can show you exactly where their camp is and maybe help you plan a ambush. I mean, to be totally honest, we really would much rather work for you than our crappy goblin chief who ran off, first of all. And you guys seem way cooler than them. So if you're going to help set us up in this area, like, we're all for it. Whatever you want to do, we're your troops.
Gaxx, you're growing on me. Still a fan of Esmeralda. She's got a certain je ne sais quoi, but you, I like where your head's at. Yes.
Honestly, guys, like after we're done with this, you should come back with us to like the home base. Like we are always scouting for like new groups. And look it, you get dental. You can barely tell, right? Like I chipped that, they fixed it. Like it's actually a big deal.
We travel distances beyond your comprehension, if that is something that might be of interest. But first, we must complete this mission. Lead on.
I mean, look, first of all, we've never left these mountains, so I'm not really sure what you're talking about.
Just point straight up.
I've never...
And like under Karina's umbrella, there is where we go.
Hey, by the way, now that you mention it, speaking of the sky, yesterday we saw a blue dragon fly west. Did you guys see one too?
Did he look like he was thinking about it?
Did it keep flying west?
Was he looking at like a leaf that had a number on it, or?
He was pretty high up in the air.
Did it look smaller than usual, like a younger dragon?
Well, it was pretty high up, so I'm not sure.
I think Karina just smiles toothily down at them, and I'm going to druidcraft just like a harmless, like crackling lightning effect.
Yes.
It's mine.
Our power is truly limitless. Better to be on our side, I think.
And then she turns at Leaf and shrugs. Lies. Our lies, okay.
Yeah.
We shall march forward then, as a team, everybody, goblins included.
Mm-hmm.
But
You notice,
you don't do well in the sunlight, so I think I'm going to, if you don't mind, would you be able to march in a cloud of darkness, hearing our voices to guide you?
Oh, that would be great.
I'm gonna bust out the 50-foot rope. Just like stretch the rope out where everybody can have hands on the rope, and all the darkness sensitive people can just walk.
Oh, it's a field trip into oblivion.
I do want to say for the group,
is,
Occam's razor, we could just spend the day camping and walk at night. We are over-engineering a solution to this problem.
The only reason Thanato is pushing is right now the orcs are on their heels between the attack, and they know we're close. The only reason, because hey, I'd like to go at night too, but we just gotta.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd prefer that as well, Karina, but I think I could just cast some Pass Without a Trace on them, and the rope will work. All right. So what I do is cast Pass Without a Trace on one of the items of Esmeralda.
It's like
the center.
Trace or darkness?
I'm sorry, darkness.
Yeah.
I meant darkness. Sorry. I've been casting that so much, trying to
cast
say
Pass Without a Trace on the rope, and they're like, "What happened to the rope?
You can't hold on to it."
You our power is limitless.
I'm sorry, darkness. I meant darkness. So just like
I cast rope at the darkness.
Rope at the Darkness is my favorite band.
It's true. Gotta say, I saw them in concert when I was 20.
I like their demos way better than.
It's true. When they were underground, that is true. All true. Yep.
Where's my
Appreciate
They were great at Warped
we
Tour.
just out hipstered the goblins.
Yeah,
That is true.
cast darkness on one of their belts, if any of them are wearing belts, in the middle of the group. So there's just a sphere of darkness. They're holding a rope. They can travel during the day now.
At this point, Orbis comes out from around a tree and sees this, and he's like, "What on earth are you doing? And by the way, I finally found the bathroom."
Just.
It's not gonna.
Oh, okay. Well, just lead the way. Follow us. Let's go, Orbis. Just don't question it too much.
It's just at the end of this road.
The end of this one? Oh, how far are we?
We're still about 10 miles away. If we leave now, we'll get there at dusk.
At dusk. All right, everyone.
Okay, so time to do some quick math. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 remaining horses. Snacks' horse is little. Goblins are snack size. My horse is pulling double duty with Karina. Can we reasonably split up goblins on the remaining 3 horses to even if, or 4 horses? Orbis has a horse to still get some movement in here.
Also, I think. Did you guys happen to see horses when you attacked the orc encampment on the dragon's back?
Let me try to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Did I?
Horses at the encampment?
Yeah.
No, they did not see horses.
They didn't have any horses. Okay.
No, I didn't. I don't remember any horses.
All right, just checking.
No.
I think we could just, if there's any left, we could just take those two. But
no horses.
I would like to wild shape into a giant goat.
Do it.
I'm a giant goat to carry the goblins. I'm a goat now.
Awesome.
I'm a big blue goat.
Didn't think that's where you were going, but I'm happy with it.
Yep.
Bria, we have always known you were the goat. We have always known this.
Valid.
Or the goat.
Just valid.
Yeah.
It's been proven time and again.
This is your life now, so you better get used to it.
I'm not. I'm dying inside. Thank you.
It's just open acknowledgement. Like it's like one of those moments where someone next to you that you don't know just goes, "Man, that's a really great brand," and you're like, "Right?" And that's everybody now about Abria. We're just like, "Yes, you see it too." I knew I wasn't alone.
I mean, honestly, I feel
Can't
like
verify.
we're all like team hipster Abria. We're like, yeah, but we knew she
Totally.
was awesome before.
You should see her underground stuff, back on
Yeah,
saving
seriously.
throw.
Yeah.
My early work with I've already forgot the name of it. Rope into Darkness.
And I don't have imposter syndrome at all DMing for all of you DMs.
You're amazing. Get
You
out
can't
of
be
here.
impostoring. You're
this is
literally
becoming-
here. So
this
there
is
you go.
becoming a support session, and I'm all
Sure.
about it.
You brought all this on. No, not full support. We still got more murder to do, but we're gonna do it lovingly.
Yeah, you're right. I gotta go commit orcicide.
Exactly.
I have imposter syndrome, he says as he pulls out a guitar and flips on the reverb and sings like an absolute angel.
I said about DMing. Not
Around
about
here making me
singing.
feel a way about an ancient gnome.
You did both.
Yep. So between the goat and the spreading us out on the horses, can we can get some proper motion in here, right?
Okay. Think so.
I'm asking, not telling.
Muted.
You're
I was
muted.
muting because my dog was breaking in here basically.
It's like, did I hear you say imposter syndrome? You
Invisible werewolves. There it is. Yep. Emotional support dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
Try to see if I can. Sorry. Come on, baby. Or I guess you can just. Want to just chill there? Want to chill there? Okay. We'll just let her chill there.
Loves dad.
Does the dog want to play a horse?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Normal horse?
that dog is big enough that one of you could probably ride it. That is true.
Yeah, I'm sure that Snacks could ride one of my dogs for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the banner.
Yes, you can split everyone up, and we're at an interesting point because we have about 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
It's going to be a major battle.
Yeah. Do you want
Or we could just talk and it would be fine and we don't have to do a murder.
No, because the Leaf is going to go in there and make peace with everybody. We're not fighting at all. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's no fights here.
Is it going to be a major battle?
Yeah, he's going to go do a mercy. It's going to be fine.
We could try that, and then if the way of violence kicked in, we could just start that next week.
Leaf's player is literally just like, I'm going to Leaf going like, dude, I don't know, you should probably listen to Thanato on this one, buddy.
I mean, I vote for give Leaf a chance.
Okay. I mean, all we are saying is
give Leaf a chance.
I was gonna say that's my favorite track on Rope in the Darkness.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna sing it. We're gonna get YMCA'd.
Gaxx Pack's first album is Rope in the Darkness.
100%. Yep.
Probably made our whole episode now. Sorry about that.
Leaf, lift us up where we belong. Classic.
So it is now
where goblins die and the dragons fly high.
Hey, we're on to something here.
As you approach the you take that turn in the on the map there on the road, and at this point Orbis says, I don't think the camp is far from here, and Esmeralda confirms that the camp is maybe less than a mile ahead. So if you're gonna make a plan, you probably should.
Right.
Now Esmeralda and Plurk and company, they don't know about what happened with Azur. They don't know that Azur took out 19. Azur and Karina with lightning together took out 19 of them. So
I just look at the goblins and I say,
when the violence starts, it most likely 4 of you defend Grath, 4 of you defend Karina. Stay back. Let Snacks and I, and perhaps Leaf, engage in the fisticuffs.
sounds good. You got to look out for their captain, though. They got a really strong captain. He's sort of the mastermind of the whole thing.
Well, as long as you all don't break ranks, you will survive this. Oh, and Orbis, is there anything you're going to be able to do to contribute?
Well, no. Look at me.
You stay the furthest back.
And I just look at Leaf and I'm like,
what's the sign that we should all come in and do what we do?
Yeah.
To Leaf?
Yeah, I'm asking Leaf.
Okay.
Maybe we should have like a safe word. Like if you think that diplomacy is not working, just try to work like rutabaga into the whole thing.
I think when combat breaks, I think if you see Leaf strike first or the guy raise an axe over his head.
Right.
Because by the time I have a chance to shout anything, that'll be what's happening.
Then I think, especially since Karina and Snacks did get a look at the camp, the gold would be like, I don't know, stay 100-ish feet out so that we could reinforce Leaf quickly without looking like we're a conquering army, basically.
Yeah.
You are muted, ma'am. Or Bria, I saw your lips move. I just didn't hear anything.
Sorry, I was just waiting. I do want to go up to Leaf though, and I'm just gonna like touch him gently on the arm, and I'm gonna cast Freedom of Movement.
Oh, he's gonna be lightning speed now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Be safe.
Yes.
I'll be right back.
Goodbye, 4th level spell.
Solid strategy. Let's see what you can do. Leaf, I have faith in you.
Snacks like puts her hands on the amulet and puts her hand up, and she's like,
I cast guidance.
When she does, I very quietly actually cast guidance where she doesn't see me.
Nice.
Yeah.
We maintain the illusion.
Also, since we got a long rest, new portents got a 1 and a 12. That'll be useful.
That's amazing.
Yep.
It's another woe day for your girl. Let's go.
Yep. Yeah, and then we get in position on the edge of town.
Right.
We'll just divide it right down the middle. That Gelks, Plurk, Sturk, Gelks, and Kelks are with Karina, Cagrag, Wag, and Esmeralda with Grath.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep.
And then, so what you see before you are some sort of makeshift tents, and Karina and Snacks will sort of convey to you what they saw before, that up on several of the hillsides and the sort of the steep hill mountainsides are where some hippogriff nests are, and there appears to be some sort of operation. Of course, there's the aftermath of lightning striking everything, so you see charred points in the ground. You see several tents that were just struck by lightning and then burned. But you're far off enough to where they don't really see you yet. But so is the idea that Leaf is going to approach?
Mm-hmm.
So you're just walking into that camp.
Yeah, it's going to be like right out of an anime. He's just a lone character with the staff on his back walking right up to the gate. Just like...
Is your mercy mask on or not?
Nope. His hood's back. He is showing his full orc. He's, yeah.
Okay.
He's not hiding anything that he is. He has his arms are exposed, everything. Yeah.
so the there's some scattered shrubs and a few little trees, and the grass is lush. And I mean, it's a nice sort of good sized valley. It's actually bigger than the Gnomes Valley, and the camp is sort of right in the middle. And this one orc sort of sees you approach and looks you up and down and says in Orcish, "Hail, he's dumbfounded by your manner of dress, just everything. He can't really. He's sort of like the guard at the edge, but who are you?"
Shut up and take me to the chieftain.
Fine, stay here.
Leaf puts his staff down into the ground and leans on it, and is a little like, "Oh, this is all so familiar." So he just like leans on that staff and stays where he is.
"I'll be right back." And he goes marching off into the camp.
Orcs are the Klingons of D&D, and I love it.
Right. A few minutes later, a huge orc in plate, but well, like well used, modified plate. Probably got it from somebody else. The markings have been rubbed off. He's definitely seen some days, but clearly the leader. He walks up and says,
Just real quick, before this conversation happens, just recapping in my head while they're gone.
Yeah.
The agenda here is to get them to fork over all the hippogriff eggs, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, theoretically, we're supposed to be stopping them.
Yeah.
Taking, exploiting the hippogriffs, theoretically.
Yeah, stopping the poaching.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
All right.
So he comes lumbering up. He just says, "Where are you from?"
Far away. Not here.
"What are you doing here?"
Bringing your message.
"From who?"
The dragons.
"The dragons, huh? Well, they sent their own message a couple days ago."
Yes.
"Can you see the aftermath?"
Looks over and says,
"What do you expect? You're taking and killing their feeding stock. Hippogriffs are their favored prey. You've angered them."
"Well, they've angered me. And if you speak for the dragons, I'm not speaking with you." And he pulls out his weapon. And that's where we're going to end for today.
It's worth a shot.
Oh,
you did it. You tried.
You did a diplomacy. Now we're going to do a path to the grave.
Yeah. As he starts pulling out his weapon, you just hear from like hidden in the sidelines, like, "Rutabaga! Rutabaga!
I feel like this is that. Did y'all ever see that moment? This is an old callback, but there's a moment in Crocodile Dundee 2 where like the guy with the gun comes across a dude just sitting there having a beer in the middle of nowhere, and he's like, "You brought a beer to a gunfight, mate." And he's like, "Oh, I don't need a beer. I've got a donk." And then Donk appears and just like beats the. I feel like I'm like, I don't need it. I got a snacks. Like, you really don't want to do
an
this.
army. We have
Like,
snacks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Leaf just wants to like put his head on the orc chief's shoulders. He's drawing the blade, but like, look, hold on. You really don't want to do that.
And meanwhile, you point at me and I'm like,
You don't want this kind of trouble. You don't want. I'm looking out for you. Orc to orc, like you don't like. You will be forgotten by history. You'll be. Thanato's going to put your skull on his belt. It's just not going to work out. It's gonna.
I will scour the remnants of you from these lands.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell them that during combat, I guess.
Yeah.
Saturday,
So, yeah,
same
so
Gaxx time, same Gaxx channel.
Same Gaxx
So next
time,
Saturday, we're
same
just going to
Gaxx
start
channel.
off with a big old combat and see what happens.
Big battle, y'all.
Yep, ballroom blitz.
We still have a few minutes left. That was a great RP, guys. I was just sitting back and letting it happen.
That was so good, y'all.
I just want to acknowledge everybody in the group because before we went back live, we had a conversation, like a safety conversation about what was coming. Like told them that Leaf was going to have a conflict with the party, and we just briefly talked it out. Like, hey, we're going to get into it. Like, is everyone cool with that? So, I just want to once again just like taking care of your fellow players at the table will open the door to so many wonderful moments, and today was great.
Thank you for that.
But consent and check-in is key, and that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Like,
Thank you.
Thank you for going with me there with Leaf. That was awesome.
We all play Dungeons and Dragons to, escape from the horrors of the world that we live in. And so, we want to make sure that we're all comfortable when we're playing so that it's something that's enjoyable for all and that it doesn't bring up, hopefully, it takes us to a good place, not a bad place.
Yeah.
It's in the simplest of terms.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
So.
Poorly complicated
Love
with the
you.
sweet spot.
I love playing with you guys.
Well, and our whole group is going to be back next week, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
And thank you for all the fate points today. We've got 4.
Yeah.
Thank you.
you.
Can we keep them?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, can we keep these fate points?
I got to talk to. Let me talk to somebody
Here's,
about that.
here's the thing. Here's the
Dad,
thing.
I wanna put you on the
those
spot. Can we
people,
keep 'em?
those people donated in good faith.
Yeah.
To see us do a murder, and they should not be penalized that we took a dramatic detour rather than violence.
Yeah.
Dad,
Took the RP route.
The feels took a while. Can we keep like half, like 2? Think about it. Think about it.
All right, I'll
Take good
think
care
about
of
it.
them.
I'll think about it if you all do your homework.
I was about to say, I will turn this party around and attack these orcs right now.
Leaf just suddenly goes, "Oh no, screw that! Let's kill everything! Kill everything!"
Cash in those rerolls, get them in the 20s. Yes. Yep.
But also the fate points do help us make the show possible. So thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you to Gary Con, of course, and our sponsors, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, World of Chaldea, Dwarven Forge, and of course Sirenscape. And thank you to Jeff, who was our producer today, filling in for KC. And thank you to everybody who donated, who subbed. We're going to be back. We one thing you can probably tell is we all really love to play with each other and the game with each other. And it started as a simple 3-shot and became a show, and we're so thrilled to do it. And we're just happy to be here every week and glad that we can and share it with you. So.
Thank y'all.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you, friends.
Before we go, let everyone know where they can find you. Let's go in reverse alphabetical order. So we'll start with you, Vivka.
Hey everyone, I am Vivid Vivka. I have been your snacks for this evening. And I would just like to say that air is a very poor conductor of electricity. So when lightning strikes, it actually heats up the air to up to 50,000 degrees, which is 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. There is your snacks facts. I couldn't get it in the show, but I had it there. I was ready for it.
We needed those snacks facts.
My gift to you. But yeah, you can find me and different Vivka facts, or as I like to call them, Vivifacts, on Twitter and also TikTok. I'm actually on all platforms, just under Vivid Vivka. This is what I do Saturdays. Come hang out. Woo.
Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric. I've been playing Leaf, the complex orc.
Very complex
orc. You can find me on Mondays over at Q Time's Twitch channel, where I run Clear Skies, our Star Trek Adventures campaign that we've been playing for over a year now. We just finally, my God, went back into the studio and sobbed our eyes out and are playing in person again, which is pretty wild. So you can catch us there. And as a side note, my favorite chromatic dragon is blue. I love blue dragons. They're so freaking cool. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, good. So that's how you knew about the horn.
Yes, I love blue dragons. Their culture, everything. It's freaking awesome.
Awesome. B-Dave.
Hang on, wait. I have something relevant.
You have visual aids?
Oh, yeah.
The wagon. Time to be tangled up in the cords. Okay, wait, hang on. This is we have an origin story coming.
My name is Dave Walters.
There you go.
I'm very cool.
You can't get to a Draco Lich without having been killed as a blue dragon. So
That's true. That's true.
Love Draco Liches so much.
Upgrade in progress.
Now, could you imagine if Azur became a Draco Lich, but at age 19?
It's a himbo Draco Lich.
Guys, Tales of a Teenage Draco Lich. I'm
there
in.
it is.
Could maybe 4 fate points make that happen?
I'd read that.
How do I date this
book.
boy?
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna
Wait,
have to
are you
wrestle
trying?
snacks. You could be a throuple. It's fine.
What's good?
Think about it. Think about it. You're blue. She's a lizard. He's a blue lizard. There's something for everybody.
Oh no, I didn't say Karina's trying to hit. Buria's trying to hit. I love a Draco.
You actually have to wrestle Vivka. Either way, the internet wins. You know, we've gained somewhere.
We've wrestled and we've used fate points for that.
A good time was had by all.
That's true. That is true. That's time to start a Patreon for the show. Put that behind the paywall. Yeah, B. Dave Walters. I do that. You just saw. That's the thing I do everywhere. Follow me on the Tweetagrams at B. Dave Walters. Bunch of stuff being announced soon. All kinds of dopeness coming this summer. Oh, Thursdays, 4 o'clock, Black Dice Society. Yes. D&D, Twitch, and YouTube. I should send a Draco Lich after them. They're such squishy babies. Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Adriana, tell us what's going on with you.
What's up? My name is Adriana Cazador, or you can find me online as Adriosa or Adriosa Gaming. I post all sorts of things about the D&D adventures that I have, but also I do streaming on my own channel, twitch.tv/Adriosa, mostly, all video games. So if you're interested in video games, I like RPGs typically, but I play all sorts of things. But yeah, you can find me online, posting all sorts of nerdy stuff or nature adventures, whatever, cosplay stuff, etc.
She's an actual ranger.
Actually, I go a lot out into the wilderness for real, and it's very nice and healing. But yeah, you can find me streaming on Twitch, playing some video games.
Just for the record, this is my green Draco Lich. It gets all weird because I got the green screen filter on, so it doesn't look very green. But I love that it's all like predatory, like the blue dragon's lighting you up, and the green dragon is just like, wait, what? You know,
love that.
Like it just noticed you there. Like, yeah,
oh my god,
right.
So good,
it's beautiful. Love these monsters.
Karina, any crazy announcements happen this week?
Hey everyone. My name is Abria Iyengar. I've been your Vidalcan Druid for tonight. You can follow me on social media at Quiddy, Q-U-I-D-D-I-E. I stream all over the place. On Wednesdays, you can catch me on Into the Motherlands on Cypher of Tears channel at 4 p.m. We are currently 7 days out from completing an amazing Kickstarter being spearheaded by one B. Dave Walters, absolutely crushing it. We're just shy of $270,000. So don't miss out. It's beautiful. There's so much good stuff in the pipeline and you do not want to miss it. On Fridays, you can catch me over on the Pixel Circuses channel, playing Failed Save at 7 p.m. Pacific with an amazing squad. A comic book over on Image Comics, Radiant Black, is doing a crossover with The Unleashed, which is a game I ran in fall of 2020. So we're doing like a mini arc and run, and I believe that's live now. And the thing that I am so pleased to talk about is that it was just announced finally that I am the GM of Exandria Unlimited on Critical Role's channel. We start on June 24th. It's a limited run, and I've got the greatest team.
Yep.
Can I confess? I thought I was like Exandria University.
Same.
Yeah.
Exandria University.
Please understand that the original pitch, I was like, what if it's just a dating sim with all of my favorite NPCs?
Yes. I want
What
to
if we do that?
I mean, I'm in on that.
I just want to see all I want. I just want to see Pumat Sol and the Sun Tree just getting high as F, like just hanging out and talking. Like, I don't know what the Sun Tree would smoke. Obviously, that would be a little morbid for Sun Tree, but like, it would be really great if like those two were just like, hey.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Please, that's a fan request from me. I want to see those two. I want to see those two meet.
Heck yeah.
We were all so excited to see that announcement.
Yay! Thank you. We've been working on it for such a long time, and I'm so happy that it will be available to be seen by eyeballs very soon. And I've got another very big announcement coming out this upcoming week, so please stay tuned for that.
Will you be able to tell us on Saturday? Or will it be out by
It
next
will be
Saturday?
out by Saturday, yes.
Okay, awesome. Great. Well, hey, I have a cool announcement. I mean, so on Tuesday, the video game Chivalry 2 came out.
Right.
And it's getting 95 out of 100. It's getting 9 out of 10. Like everybody.
On my wish list.
So many great reviews.
Yeah.
And I am the Agathian commander, and I'm the voice of the Agathian commander in that game. So basically, there's the Agathians and the Masons, blue or red. If you pick blue, you're going to hear me yelling at you because basically you get your orders for every mission, and every mission the orders have to be given, and it is my voice giving the orders. So everyone go out and get Chivalry 2 because it's super fun to play, and it's pretty funny too. They put a lot of humor into it. It's almost Monty Python-esque at times, so I think you'll have a lot of fun playing that.
So
And then the
Chivalry
rest- and then, of
2,
course, you can
and
see
make
me
sure
on-
that you're blue.
Yeah, just pick blue, dang it.
When in doubt, I think that's the
rhymes.
theme of our group, by the way, is always bet on blue. Yeah.
Right, yeah. I mean, hello. Yeah. And other than that, you can find me on my Twitch channel. You can find me on the Codename Games Twitch channel on Tuesdays for Bardic Inspiration, and right here on Saturdays. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back next Saturday at 5, and I'm sure we'll see you out throughout the week. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Adios. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Goodbye now, okay?
That was very good. I don't know who did it. I'm very upset by it.
Killing goblins that run away is wrong. Okay?